In the ash of stars and dying flame, a red-haired queen of fire came. With eyes of blue that pierced the skies, she cast down gods, she shattered lies. In golden plate and crimson veil, she walks the void where tyrants fail. A sword like comets in her hand, and none for truth shall ever stand. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the empress born of endless fight. No sea, no breath, no traitor's creed shall make her children break or bleed. The warp shall scream, the shining before the gaze of heaven and sun. She judged not with hate or pride, but sees all hearts, their truth inside. No whisper vile can twist the soul, while she still reigns and keeps us whole. She purges anathema's light with holy flame and burning might. No chaos spawn, no alien kin shall ever breach her light again. The throne of gold, once dim, now burns as justice speaks and fate returns. The traitors scream, the liars cry, are drowned beneath her war-born sky. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the empress born of endless fight. No sea of breath, no traitor's creed shall make her children break or bleed. The warp shall scream, the shine on before the gaze of heaven's sun. So rise, O sons and daughters true. She watches all, she fights for you. Her light shall fall, her will remain, till none but honor shall remain.
Naruto, my old avatar, he appears here as the fat POB, which is
Okay, hold on. I think I was
The
muted
one
for.
that apparently contained.
Okay, it's live. It's live. So a bit of a bugging thing, but yeah, guys, if you didn't hear that, but now you're supposed to be hearing me. So again, hi to you guys within the 40k Empress. Pontius is my guest. Also with Pio, we are about to respond to Majorkill's response to the Pontius. Now, the chat is very important, guys. So I want to address the chat. So we are going to address the chat like in between sections somehow. Of course, the chat is huge tonight, but we can do whatever we can do. Now, about my horrible to some people that probably have sticks up their butts AI trailer. Guys, I would love to do this in live action. I'm ready, really, but I can't because that's gonna cost thousands upon thousands and I don't have that. So, by all means, tell me how to do this trailer without the use of AI. At least it's based on 20 of my pictures, and it's about my character and how I see things. I'm a huge Xena Warrior Princess fan, huge Warhammer fan, so this is the closest thing that I can gather. And actually, most people that understand me and know me know that this is exactly, you know, towards my character and how I do things, what I believe in, just a lot of geeky things combined with warrior things, and the technology allows me to do this and my money allows me to do this. So like it or not, that's the trailer. And now let's get to the thing. We have the video of Majorkill right here. Let's effing go by King of Monsters. He understands, he's a great friend. Hey, King of Monsters. So guys, initial thoughts, Pontius and Pio, on the whole Majorkill situation before we start. Is there something that you want to say, actually?
That the reaction was completely fucking expected. We knew some people could not stop themselves from answering to the video and failing incredibly, like he did in this one. Like I watched it already because I watched it live with the viewers on Discord, and it was the funniest thing how he jumped a lot of stuff, how he misrepresented my entire arguments and such. All the while, the worst thing I threw at him was unfunny and morally bankrupt. He calls me a scumbag and a liar directly on the thumbnail. So yeah, I knew this would hurt him in the ego, and I knew we will be one of the ones that actually responded. I'm surprised it took him a week, to be honest. That's surprising.
Yeah. Pio, do you have a comment?
As soon as we released the video, I said to Danny, Majorkill will be the first to respond.
We knew already it
was
would happen.
Okay, guys. Well, I actually was a bit surprised because maybe he can not respond and leave it alone, but I guess not.
It would have been the smartest choice, especially because technically in the video itself, he didn't dismantle any of my arguments. If anything, he confirmed a lot of them. So yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, I personally do want to see what you're going to say because on the surface, it seems that he presents...
No, Killer. He called me a disgrace in the title. In the thumbnail, there is literally written liar and scumbag.
I know.
And he calls me that in the video, so yeah.
I am aware.
There's me on his...
I'm just saying how things look from the outside. So if you watch your video and if you watch his video, you're gonna be like, Majorkill kind of debunked seamlessly some things, but maybe not. So that's why we're doing this, so you guys can tell us exactly what's what. So if you're ready, we can start.
Yeah, but I will start, as I said, by watching our section of the video on him, because while it might not be long, there is a lot of stuff that he removed that made him look pretty bad. It is the reason he removed it, so...
Oh, God. Well, I wish you told me that 1 hour before, because that means that I have to download the whole video so we can watch it.
Oh, no, you can show it on YouTube. It is no problem.
Oh gosh, do you want me to do this now before we start or later so you can prove your point?
No. Well, effectively, I will go section by section. But yeah, the most important part is actually his video on it because, yeah.
Okay, also, your whole video is always there. I linked it down below so anybody can go see it. I think I linked it down below. If I haven't, I will link it. I linked your channels and that's your latest video, so there's that. Okay, so before we start, but again, guys, if you really want to, we're going to do that if you would like at the end, because this is a short video, so we can do a response maybe in 30 minutes to an hour, and then if you really want to, I'm just gonna take a pause and load your video. If you want, we can do that.
Yeah, no problem. It should be doable.
Yes, if you want to prove that like right now and now, we can do that. So real quick, thank you to Bakun Memes for the $9.99. Thank you to the 5th. I actually can't see your whole name, but to the 5th. Glory to Pio, stand down with the false shepherds. And before that, King of Monsters, of course, I said it's let's effing go. So we're definitely gonna address the super chats after certain sections. You're getting the Wonder Woman salute, which I do here for super chats, and a lot of other salutes actually. But
hey, Norm Queen, glad to see you are still on top of your grifting. You're still appearing where you are not wanted. I saw you even under the video of Majorkill. No surprise at all. Have you learned your lore yet? Or are you still just spouting bullshit around?
Oh
You
boy,
still suck. Know that.
we do have interesting people in the chat, so that is for sure.
Kia is renowned for being a grifter and pretty much lying about half the stuff she says. So.
No, I cover her. I know. I'm
Based.
aware. I'm aware. But we're not going to talk about that now. So let's play the video, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
for Pio, this is the first time watching it, so the reaction will be genuine.
All right, all right. If you want to say pause before I pause it, you just say pause. I'm gonna pause it.
All right.
And go.
G'day guys and gal. As much as I do try to steer clear of drama and anything non-law related these days, as it usually bites me in the ass, I've always believed it's important to defend yourself and your reputation, especially when people are lying about things or deliberately or accidentally misinforming large amounts of people about you.
Okay, hold on. Is it deliberate? What you're doing?
Deliberate misinterpretation that in the video was always backed by proof. Very bad misinterpretation.
Yeah, everything we said was proof. We didn't made up anything.
Yeah, and the stuff that even I suspected that was happening, I always said that is my opinion. I suspected, like, I literally said nothing that was false. I always showed proof for it.
Okay, fair playing.
Bad reputation on YouTube means less views, less subscribers, and eventually an unviable channel, which obviously not idealio. I hope I have shown myself as someone who can take accountability for my mistakes. I've always believed you should be judged by how you deal with your mistakes, not by the mistakes themselves. If you mess up, take accountability, apologize, try to make things right and learn, I think that's what you should be judged for. Obviously there are exceptions, like if you're a fucking pedo, you should be judged for being a pedo, even if you say sorry. About a week ago, I noticed I lost like 100 subs and I was like, that's odd, and then just went about my day. But then I came across a video that seemed to be blowing up, created by a small channel I hadn't heard of called the Pontius, which says Warhammer 40k YouTubers are a disgrace, with my logo being the largest on the thumbnail. So obviously I had a look and yep, here we go again. Look, all I'll say is I didn't start at this time. So I thought it'd be fun and educational for both the Pontius, myself, and you guys to go through what he has to say, pointing out where he's just full of shit, where I could potentially do better, and the issue with his overall elitist attitude.
Stop,
and
please.
how he...
In the video, I pretty much presented the proof of everything. You will see that he will jump a lot of stuff when I'm explaining, especially parts that he doesn't want people to really look into. Like even the fact that he's just saying, oh yeah, well, let's see where he's full of shit. The problem is everything I said was backed by proof. This video is backed by zero proof. So yeah. Removing educational my ass. If he wasn't so butthurt about the video, would have never even responded about it. I never, and just big disclaimer, I never said to people, these guys suck, go and unsubscribe from, I never said anything like that. I made the video, used their own content to show what I was talking about, provided proof of everything that I was talking about, and people just made their own choice. I never said to anyone, stop watching these people. I just brought to the light what they try to keep hidden.
Yeah, I know that you didn't. I also want to say something in general, as people that try to objectively judge anything, because I had many cases where people just judge you like right away. In general, I'm saying not only, I mean, as any content creator, that's what I want to say. It is super important for people to, of course, know that we make a video, when we start, we grow, we progress, we get better, hopefully. So we can make mistakes, and how he said, I agree with that in general, as a general principle that you can make mistakes.
Yeah, the general principle is fine, but the problem is
Yes.
that every time he retracted one of his mistakes was after doing it and after getting a shit ton of backlash about it, which is one of the main points I made on the comment I left under the video, which Rashod even is, because my comment at this moment under his video is sitting at... fuck, my connection is very shitty today. Come on, load! Okay. It's sitting at almost 1,100 likes. Isis has 568. Nobody has managed yet to prove me wrong. But
Okay.
generally, the problem is, yeah, okay, making mistakes is a thing. But from everything I've seen from him, he seems to do them very often. And then when people go against him for making them, he just retracts them. which is pretty much the equivalent of the clip from South Park of the manager guys going, yeah, we are sorry, we are so sorry, after doing bullshit. That's the problem. You should consider the moral implication of something you do before you do it, because making a video doesn't take 5 minutes. It takes days. And you want to make me believe that in days, he never even considered, maybe attacking Wes Hammer without reason could be bad. Maybe shilling peptides to my audience, which are pretty much harmful drugs that should be prescribed only by professionals. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. No, he never stopped to say that. He did it, then people called him out for it, and then he retracted it. There is no there is no learning from this. He's learning from the fact that people make him notice that he did bullshit.
Okay, so you basically mean that he's not genuine. He's only admits to his mistakes when he's called out for them.
I don't consider him genuine in anything, to be honest. And I could be wrong. Like, I'm open to be wrong because I don't know him personally. But I can only go as far as the reputation and the stuff he has been involved here on YouTube. He has been involved in multiple backstabbings of people he knew. He has been involved in shilling stuff that is harmful. He continues to shill porn in his videos. He gets the lore wrong. Like, what the fuck else should I get from that?
Okay, so we can leave it at, well, this is how it looks like. To be more neutral, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, necessarily it seems that he's sorry for being caught more than anything.
Yeah. The main reason he usually backtracks something is because he's getting called out by his own community. He made the video on Wes Hammer, then he backtracked it when his own community called out his bullshit. Then he went and made peace with Wes Hammer, but Wes Hammer was like, yeah, leave me alone. And now they are not speaking. I think he admitted even in the comments. And about the peptides thing, I really wasn't that much involved in it. I don't know exactly how it went. But after he shielded them, pretty much his community went against him and he had to retract it. Even if some of the advertising for it is still around. We saw some for Lord Destroyers, so he didn't remove all of the advertising for it.
Yeah, I'm aware with all of that. I also covered his fitness video with the steroids and all those things. So yeah, I talked about that at length. Some of those things were not okay, which he apologized for after that. But again, it was after the fact. And when he did it, he told that it was fine.
Killer Studio. I'm not saying that he should be perfect or I should be perfect. But if your own morality is based on the fact that what you do makes your audience angry, you have very shitty morals. I'm just saying that.
Well, I will definitely not do what he did. So based on my morals, I will not say to the audience, I did this and that, makes me feel very good, and present it as something that is healthy if it's controlled, because especially because I'm in the fitness industry, I'm a trainer, so I know those things. Even my brother took steroids once when he was young and stupid, and I know very well that they can affect every organism in a very different way. So you have to be very careful what you say, because if you present them in a very positive light, that's gonna be completely irresponsible and dangerous. And then the peptides are just SARMs, which are also dangerous by themselves. So, it's a very complicated topic. I covered it, guys. It's on the channel if you want to see it from my professional perspective on fitness, health, and nutrition. But anyways, we can continue with the video if you guys are ready.
Yeah, we can go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just straight up missing the bigger picture. Should be fun, get your popcorn out. Now let's get into it. Now the video is long as shit, about 2 hours, and he basically has a stab at almost everyone, even beloved very uncontroversial YouTubers such as Arbiter Ian. Now I'm gonna let those guys...
Arbiter Ian is far from fucking incontroversial. Like, the guy, literally every single video we were sent to watch from him was literally, how can we put more and more leftist politics into 40k? Fuck, his entire videos were the most unbearable we ever watched, because everything was just politics. He was trying to make an argument for everything political that was possible. Oh yeah, how do we take Warhammer back from the far right, which is one video he made. We talked about it. We showed it to screen. Oh yeah, how do we take back Warhammer from the far right? Oh yeah, female space marines. How do we make them? Oh yeah, female custodians exist. The importance of canon and lore. Like, there is even a video of him comparing Roboute Guilliman to Keir Starmer. The guy should lay off the fucking politics and focus a bit more on the fucking lore. Maybe he should stop, especially taking only lore from the first edition and then the 9th, because he didn't take anything in between like we do.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't watched this channel, so I have no comment. I really haven't. So we can continue if you
Um,
wish.
that's for the best, personally.
Yeah, the videos of Arbitorian were very heavy to watch. We were genuinely burned out from him to the point that when we had to watch one in private as we were writing the video, we were like, why the fuck did we choose to do this? Because every single video is literally every 10 seconds we have to stop because he said something wrong. If we corrected the entirety of the videos in our video, it would have been 4 hours long. We just went for the most egregious stuff.
Oh boy, okay, then maybe something that I have to dig in my free time then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and I remember it was yesterday. They've run the Space Marines, the female Space Marines. Nothing that can attract the wrong kind of nerds. It was the first 6
Yeah,
seconds.
the first 6
And they
seconds
don't
of
continue.
the first video we watched of him were like, female space marines, there is nothing else that can attract the wrong kind of nerds to the hobby. Pretty much to say, if you disagree with it, you are the wrong kind of nerd for the hobby 40k. Wow.
Jesus. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I mean, female space
6
marines and
seconds.
female custodies are like the pain of my geekiness, basically.
They are a controversial topic, and that is confirmed. But opening the video by insulting the people that disagree with you,
Mhm.
for real,
Yeah, I know. That is the leftist mindset where if you don't agree with me, you're against me, and we have a war now for some reason. We can't have a debate. Okay, what? That's how it is. Okay, continuing, guys.
Fight their own battles, as I would rather bear trap my own balls than listen to his entire video, especially since as the dude has a thick Italian accent, it's nearly impossible to understand at 2x speed. So we'll just focus on my parts, and I'll only really be
hey,
focusing
stop
on
it,
the
please. Talking about accents, talk to the fucking Australian. He has very little to talk about. But anyway, like, oh yeah, the guy has a very thick accent. I've never even visited an English-speaking country. I have been in the French part of Switzerland. I've been in Berlin in Germany, and then in Dubai in the Emirates. I've never even been in a country that speaks English. So my accent is really the least of my concerns. Anyway,
Yeah.
go on.
I mean, you speak English amazingly, considering the fact that you learned it yourself, just like I learned it myself. But it's really amazing, really. So I commend you as someone that also learned English. Sorry, I'm seeing the super chat. Somebody that learned English all by themselves. It's amazing. And because we're at the pause, I'm just gonna say thank you to Jacob Berg. He says I have to bring up something. I think it's a projection on their part. If they campaign about something, they expect their people to take care of it. The old want someone rid me of this troublesome priest. What? Well, Jacob, thank you for that. In any case, thank you so much for the support. Thank you. So, guys, we are playing this. There's some
Yeah,
puppies
let's go.
around me. We're
Sure.
playing it.
interesting
I
points of
learned English
misinformation.
through
Heads
this
up, this
guy.
guy is one
What was that, Pew?
He learned
No,
English through me.
I learned English through Danny, just Lord dumping me with videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
really be focusing on the interesting points or misinformations. Heads up, this guy is one very angry Italian.
Now we move to Majorkill. My opinion on Majorkill when it comes to the lore has not changed. He's not even a clown. He's the entire fucking circus. Keep in mind, I despise
I'm sorry, I just want to say that he's the entire fucking circus is one of the funniest things that you ever said. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's right up my alley in terms of humor, so thank you. Okay, continue.
Majorkill personally, not only as a lore YouTuber.
So Old Mate starts off by declaring he has a personal issue with me that goes just beyond my content. That is obviously a big red flag, as it means he will be personally biased against me.
Okay, stop it, please. That's not how bias works. And if Majorkill had the two brain cells to put together, he will know that's not how bias works. My preconceptions on Majorkill as a person come from the actions he has committed, the video he has made, and the controversies he has been involved into. Bias, by design, is something you can have unjustifiably against people that you don't know, groups you don't know, and such. But the problem is, I have already said Majorkill has been involved in controversy after controversy. He has backstabbed 2 other YouTubers. His videos are completely and utterly fucking not funny. Other than that, he's wrong about the lore constantly. He has lied about the lore multiple times. He has made videos without even researching the material. Like in the video where he talks about, I don't remember if it is the end of that part 2 or part 3. He even says himself that he hasn't read the book. He has watched somebody else talk about it and then he made a video about it. Like, painting this picture for a person you don't know. Would you have a good opinion of this person from the get-go?
Pio?
Like, generally. I don't know if I'm being over dramatic, like, but would you have as a personal opinion something good for a person that acts like this?
I mean, when I finish the books, then I cover the books. That's what I can tell. And out later on, he's gonna show how many books he have read. That doesn't mean that you know the lore if you read the books, because they're very dense. You have to take notes to comprehend even what's written for the most part, because the language that's used, the words, the specific lore words, all those things is not easy to comprehend. So it's not like I read the book, I know the book. You still have to pay a lot of attention to said book to understand it. You have to have some abilities to decipher what's
there is
what.
some background noise, I think, coming from you.
Yes, there's a puppy that's digging the couch right now.
I'm
fine.
muted.
You're muted.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. He's gonna stop in 2 seconds. So,
okay, this is from you. Okay.
so before we continue, thank you to Nasco. He's one of mine. I initially learned English from Cartoon Network. Me too. And then other movies.
I mean, how you learn it doesn't mean anything. I have an accent, yeah. There are people that complain about my accent. I couldn't give less of a fuck, to be honest. Like, okay, yeah, I have a very pronounced accent. Yeah, I'm Italian, no shit. Like, generally. And it's not like I live in a country that speaks English. No, I still live in Italy. I was always here. How in the fuck wouldn't I have an accent?
Yeah, the funny thing is that you have the most distinctive classical accent. When people imagine Italians speaking English, they imagine you, basically. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I don't even take badly to people like making jokes about my accent, as long as they are good-natured.
Yeah, but the point is that you are understandable. So even though he's commenting on your accent, even though your accent is thick and very distinctive, you are very understandable, which is most important.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I should continue.
Information that reinforces his view, disregarding or downgrading information that conflicts with it, and you're about to see a lot of examples of this.
The guy has backstabbed Arch Warhammer. Much of the success of Majorkill is owed to Arch Warhammer. Backstabbing the guy that made you famous makes you a very shitty person to begin with.
His first point is that he says that Arch made me famous, and I backstabbed him for clicks or views or whatever. I have actually addressed this before a few times, but I guess it's time to talk about it again because Pontius can't be bothered fact-checking himself. As I said, personal bias and whatnot. When people bring up this point, it's referring to a podcast me and Arch filmed in 2018, so like 7 years ago. The podcast was shit, there was no chemistry, and the video got like sub 10,000 views or whatever. You can't even find it on YouTube anymore. Me and Arch then never again spoke after that. If that video was the one that made me famous, then why was it only in 2020, 2 years later, that my channel actually blew up? I got absolutely 0 subscribers or view spike from that podcast, and my channel only exploded after a few more years of solo grinding, and then when I quit my full-time job to do YouTube full-time. This is a lie people love to spin all the time to attack me, that could be fact-checked within like 2 minutes, but as I said, it doesn't suit his bias. Then the video I made about Arch happened over 3.
The main problem is not with the fact, oh yeah, he made you famous or not, it's the fact that you backstabbed it, Majorkill. Okay, I can understand you like there are people even claiming, oh yeah, but this guy is a friend of Arch Warhammer, now it explains everything. I'm not a friend of Arch Warhammer. We don't even know each other that well. We barely speak. It is just that I respect him as a lore authority for the 40k universe, but that is pretty much it. The guy deserves respect for the stuff he has done, for the content he has created, and for the amount of research that went into that content. There is very much a lot of him, a lot of it. But the main problem is, when it was convenient, when everyone was jumping on the bandwagon of going after Arch Warhammer, after even you collaborated with him, you went on and still backstabbed him. And to this date, that's one of his most viewed videos, to the point that even a few months ago, Arch Warhammer watched this video and debunked it.
Okay, what do you mean exactly by he backstabbed him?
Pretty much, the moment the moment he became trendy to hate on Arch Warhammer, he jumped up on the hate wagon. That's what I mean by backstabbing. If you create content with someone, it doesn't matter how much of a benefit it gives to you. At least you owe them the decency of the respect that if there is a controversy, you don't join it. Because at the end, you have worked with them. You might not be friends, but still, they deserve the minimum of respect. And no, okay, yeah, I made a stream with Arch, and then I went against him when it became trendy to do so. It doesn't paint really Majorkill in a good light, does it?
Yeah, I see that. Of course. There's a common courtesy, to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing.
3 years after this podcast and 3 years after I last spoke to him. So people framing it like Arch was my mentor who gave me success only for me to backstab him are just so off the mark. Now, is my video about Arch flawless? No, not really. There's probably things I could have tightened up and other points I could have made or removed, but I still agree with the sentiment, so I've left it up. You can watch it and be your own judge if you'd like. I'll link it below. So yeah, his first point about Arch is just a straight up lie. Now to the next one.
The constant shilling of porn on his Patreon, and even the recent shilling of peptides to his audience of children, doesn't make me like him either. It is a very shitty thing to do when you make videos that are open to be watched by children. He has already jumped to the part where I showed the title and the screenshot of a re-upload of his entire video on Warhammer, which I fear is by design, because I think he doesn't want as many people as possible to know about what he said and what was done in that video. So he directly jumped to the part where I talked about it and showed the video to the part where I talk about his shilling of peptides and porn to his audience. So yeah. But let it go on, because now he proves me right once again.
All right.
Make jokes about it at best, but we will never dare to sponsor 18+ content on videos watched by children, Majorkill.
A big thing people love to raise with me is that Majorkill shills porn to kids, or he's a bad person because he makes fucked up jokes knowing how young and impressionable his audience is. Once again, I've already spoken about this, but Pontius doesn't do his due diligence, so I'll just go over it again. Less than 4% of my audience is under the age of 18. Less than 4%. If you break that down further,
Okay, what do you say?
This point is extremely shitty because it proves I'm right. Once again, it proves I'm right. Because removing obviously let's round all numbers. Let's say he has 7k subscribers and it is 4% of his audience, not even 3.9. Let's round the numbers. It is still 28,000 children. And yeah, seeing it as, oh yeah, only 4%, but seeing the real number makes a bit of a different effect. Obviously not counting the amount of people that lie about their age to watch age-restricted content. Not talking about, obviously, the ones that use the accounts of their own parents, which is a thing that happens very often. Like, not even counting those arguments, just what he showed, there is at least 28,000 people that he has shilled the peptides and he's shilling porn for. I am surprised after all this time that he's still monetized, because I cannot believe that by the rules of YouTube, you can shill porn and peptides and make rape jokes and talk about how many people die of AIDS in Africa, which is a thing he did in a very old video, without getting demonetized.
Oh boy, maybe he's getting away with it because this corn, because I'm trying to censor myself because it's a stream. This corn, maybe because it's animated or whatever. It's just, I'm guessing, because YouTube censored me for a lot less just by mentioning words that are more spicy because a topic, and this is totally okay. I mean, I've seen full frontal nudity on YouTube that nobody is stopping. And why do we have exactly, I mean, I'm asking YouTube, why do we have the age restriction anyway when you check the video that's not meant for children? Why is it still served to children somehow? I think that doesn't work by this point. That's how it looks like.
Yeah, but Grumpy, the problem is the videos Archie makes, the video Majorkill makes are not 18+ restricted. So if this argument could have been avoided entirely if all of his videos were 18+, because yeah, he's shilling porn, yeah, he's sharing stuff that is literally not for children, he's sharing stuff that shouldn't be seen by impressionable eyes and such. All of this could be avoided if he just made the entire channel fucking 18+. Like even he says, oh yeah, I have just this little audience of children. Then why did he not do it? Like the entirety of it, this even went on, oh yeah, my Patreon is actually restricted, it is 18+. Yeah, but where are you advertising the Patreon and the porn content that is on it?
Oh, right. Before we continue, because
Give your side. The people want to know your side.
I mean, that was not the only option. The other option should be even just. Yeah, I have a Patreon. It's here. The Patreon is age restricted, not showing the fucking images censored on your fucking video. It was another solution to that.
Yeah, even in our like fuck in one of our Lord Destroyers, the first ever episode that we even edited into the best of, the first ever video we watched for Majorkill for the Lord Destroyer series, which was the Badab War video. In the first 2 minutes, there is literally a shot of him just shaving his testicles. It is slightly censored, but it was not needed to be made and be put there. I even talked with people that have had sponsorship, because that was a sponsorship by Manscaped, and they were like, yeah, they actually give you all the material for the video. You don't need to do that for the sponsorship. So he did it on purpose then. Like, Jesus, the videos are not 18 plus restricted, and for a sponsorship or Manscaped, you went on and just recorded yourself shaving your balls and then slightly censored it? Really?
Yeah, I think I remember that. But okay, let me just I just gotta address the super chat, guys, before I move on. So and this is Goldie, who of course decided to join the stream. So let me see. I hope I don't miss anything. Yeah, Nasco was last, and then we have Mr. Wolfgram, who says, Pontius, your accent is fine. Yes, it's very thick, Italian accent, but it has a lot of character, and I understand it perfectly. Well, thank you so much for the support, Mr. Wolfgram. Pontius, any comment on that?
About what?
About what he said? About your accent.
Pontius is better understood because of his accent. I can understand Pontius perfectly, and I work in a loud as fact. Yeah, it is pretty much a comment on the incapability of Majorkill to actually listen to my accent, which is very funny coming from an Australian, but yeah.
Okay. And then we have $5 Canadian, I think, from Dodge Hammer 40K. 40K, yeah. That's interesting. Like how you write, how you wrote that. The Pontius X Arch fan fictions will continue. Okay, and thank you so much for the support. Regis Terran for the 5 says Pontius is barely understandable because of his accent. I can hear and understand Pontius perfectly, and I work in a loud ass factory. Well, Regis Terran, I have to agree. Thank you for the 5. And Neon Earth for the 2 says, Hail, go finished. Yes, you finished the goal. Although, guys, you can still support the stream, but thank you so much. At least we covered the goal. Thank you so. Okay, are you guys ready to continue?
I have another point.
Okay.
There are a lot of ways he could have just tried to justify it in a way that was at least believable, but it's literally just showing that there are kids in his audience. I don't know how he could think that this was a good idea.
Yeah, Mighty Phantom, the problem is not that the Patreon is paywalled. The problem is that his humor, his content, the length of his videos, it is expressively aimed at people with low attention spans. You will not find many over the age of 18 people watching content like the one on Majorkill, unless they have very shitty style of humor. That is the point. Like, if it was even like 0.3, but no, this is 4%. Do you understand that 4% of 700,000 subscribers is 28,000? His entire point is, I actually shield porn to children because there are children in the audience. But it is all 18 plus, it is all censored, don't worry. But I'm still shilling it. Really, he made my point by showing that in the analytics, even if you don't count the ones that lie about their age or use the accounts of their bigger brother or their parents, there are still children that watch his content. And his content is not 18 plus restricted. So every time he's showing some hentai that is censored and telling them, yeah, you can join my Patreon, support for $1, you get a shit ton of hentais. Do you understand that is a problem?
Well, I really hope that kids don't know what hentai is then. What to tell ya? Okay, let's continue, guys. We are not even halfway yet. Okay.
and let's say that a kid is anyone under 14 or under, it would be closer to 1 to 2%. I know Pontius probably feels really self-righteous saying that I'm selling porn to kids, but if 98 to 99% of my audience are not children, then it's just clear misinformation. Maybe he looks at his own analytics and sees it's full of really or accidentally misinformed, and then
Sorry, I clicked somewhere.
It is literally misinformation. He confirmed my point. How is it misinformation if he's literally proved I'm right?
There are many children, so it's not bullshit.
Yeah, no, you have to understand, we do to some children, but there isn't that many. It is not the argument you really want to do in this case.
Oh god.
I mean, yeah, Pontius told me before the stream about that point because I didn't watch the video, but just this point, it's so incomprehensible to me. What does that mean?
I really want to see where was the option to restrict it 18 plus because I honestly don't remember. I just put not for children.
It is literally in the editing tab when you upload a video. It is under in the additional options.
Additional options. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Oh,
And that is my main problem. He might not post anything that is extremely 80 plus in his channel, but he still uses it to just give it publicity. Like, it is not just a matter of, oh yeah, but I'm not doing it on YouTube. Yeah, but you're using YouTube to do it. And I'm surprised that YouTube has not done anything about it. Oh no, you don't need ID to confirm your identity on Patreon. You don't need it. And even then, Dad, I want to buy something. Can you give me your card? You just lie on your age and you go.
Oh god. Well, kids can get it anyway. I mean, a real one, you know what I mean, if they really want to. That's a problem, and that's a parenting problem as well.
They can get it anyway, but it shouldn't be on YouTube. Like, it shouldn't be advertising on YouTube. And yet he advertises it. Oh no, yeah, Pontius is actually full of shit. He says that I am promoting porn and peptides to children. Do you see? The children are only 4% of my audience. Yeah, that's still 28,000. Just for reference.
Okay, before anybody totally freaks out, because I know that there's many people here and somebody's gonna freak out about it eventually, I have to emphasize with big fat words that I do have an OnlyFans, but it's not for corn. It's actually like Patreon. I just use it to educate people on fitness, health, nutrition. So don't get your panties in the bunch. I use it like nobody else does, which is ridiculous to many people, but to me it's not, because I actually use it just like it was meant to be used at the beginning, where when it was like Patreon, but you can upload videos endlessly. So that's how I use it. Fitness, health, nutrition, some sex education, because I'm a professional at that as well. I have my physique updates that are censored. There's nothing naked. They're like fully naked. Everything's censored. Everything with the class. And yeah. I'm really happy because I did help a lot of people with it. So before anybody goes in the comments and start writing their condescending, again, comments that I'm gonna read later, just to let you know that my OnlyFans is so normal that people are wondering why to subscribe to it. But again, it's for the...
Grumpy, once again, you are wrong. He literally has admitted removing the amount of clips, because I even showed a clip on the video about him in a Lord Destroyers that was very recent, about him just at the end of a video shilling porn. But removing that, the problem is, he says, oh no, yeah, he says this, but my audience is only 4% children. Removing the ones that lie, removing the ones that don't use their own account, it is still a fuck ton of kids to expose to porn content that you just slightly censor. Just for reference.
Okay. So yeah, that is just what I wanted to add, because I know that somebody's gonna say, but she has OnlyFans. I'm sorry, it's normal. It's the most tamed OnlyFans ever, and the most educational and intelligent OnlyFans that ever was created. So there is that. Okay, are you guys ready to continue? Because press the video somewhere. Gotta see where we are.
And then goes ahead with lies and he's gonna size my
Too sexual.
and then goes
No,
for
too far.
information. say
Okay,
that a
here we
kid
are.
is anyone under 14 or under, it would be closer to 1 to 2%. I know Pontius probably feels really self-righteous saying that I'm selling porn to kids, but if 98 to 99% of my audience are not children, then it's just clear misinformation. Maybe he looks at his own analytics and sees it's full of kids, because I doubt many serious adults watch his sort of trash, and then from that he just makes his
Stop it,
assumptions. But to
please.
me,
My channel makes multi-hour long, most often than not, examinations of parts of lore that nobody has ever touched. I don't think the Fortnite riddle dance brain of the new people that are in the world around children or even teens has the patience to sit through my videos.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, that's the problem that all content creators have, which want to make something with more substance, meaning, and thought. So I totally get it. Yes.
Mighty Phantom, the problem is not that he can do it, but at least he should admit to it. It would be like me saying, oh no, yeah, in my streamings, I'm not selling weapons to people, only to 4% of them. What the fuck? At least if you do it, own to it. If you don't want like those children like generally to watch, put the videos 18 plus mode, or just don't do it. I'm not against this kind of stuff. If anything, I'm more for politically incorrect content, because I find it more interesting and with more insight than just trying to walk on eggshells all the time. But if you do something, own to it. Why try to say, no, I'm not doing it, when you are showing that 4% of your audience are under 18 years old? That's my point.
Yeah, but the problem itself is that he's showing the images of that what post on his Patreon on his videos.
Yeah, they
that
are
are
all
not
in his
restricted.
videos. The videos
And
are not restricted.
If he just makes porn, corn on his Patreon, and just saying, yeah, there is my Patreon, and he just doesn't say that, that's no problem about it.
But no, he specifies, oh yeah, do you want to join my Patreon? It is filled with porn I commission. Okay.
And showing it on his videos.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
After we are done here, I will ask you to watch the clip from my video, and we even provided a clip that we recorded the day before I edited that part, where he was shilling porn. It is incredible.
Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't advertise. I mean, coming from my standpoint, I wouldn't advertise content that is equal to corn on my channel. So that is not something that I would do, even if it's not me but someone else's, and I'm just pointing the finger at it. That I just can't imagine that at all. But yeah, okay, continuing, guys.
Yes.
he's just once again making shit up for dramatic effect. Bit of a hypocrite claiming he checks his sources and makes sure he has all the facts, and then raging at other people who he believes hasn't, and then goes ahead with lies and misinterpretations. Also, my Patreon is 18 plus only and paywalled. Sure, that's not bulletproof, but if a kid wants to see some boobs, he's gonna see some boobs. It's called the fucking internet. Now, something I do find a bit of a
yeah, that is a fair argument. The problem is that you are shilling it in your videos. That's what I take issue with. The problem is not, oh yeah, you have made porn. The problem is you're advertising it in your videos, and your videos are watched by children. What the fuck are you advertising it? Couldn't you do without? You're a 700k YouTuber. Do you really need to advertise it like that to get people to pay you?
Well, he has a lot of businesses by this point. Maybe he can go without that particular part, but... Oh,
Yeah.
pain in the ass is that whenever someone likes to criticize my content and channel, they almost always use very old videos to do so.
Other than being grossly inaccurate on the lore, having more than one occasion made us uncomfortable because of too sexual jokes or even jokes about diseases.
Almost every video Pontius shows off and shits on is 3 or 4 years old. Even the Arch thing is like 4 years.
Because it is what we are sent to shit on. We very rarely choose the videos we watched. But even then, I maybe for the first 3, but I'm curious about episode 16 because I wonder how he knows what video we watched there. I'm very curious because there isn't any indication in the title about it. But even then, the problem is that the lore accuracy never changed. The videos might be old, but the guy still doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about most of the time. We are sent those to review. Okay, has he been doing better? I don't fucking know. I don't watch his latest video because I don't care enough to do so. If he has done it, good. But then if he has done better until now, why are those videos still fucking up? Like, generally, it is not a matter of, yeah, but those videos were removed. No, those videos are still there. So,
I mean, if a content creator still F's up after years of content creation, that's on the content creator. If he F'd up when he was young and stupid, that's understandable. But if he continues, that's now not understandable, so to speak. So yeah, it's gonna be criticized in a more objective way if he continues to do that, of course.
Yeah, but because if someone search for Majorkill to watch the Badab War, that was his video on the Badab War. He didn't do a Badab War 2 remastered for something like that to make up for that. So
yeah.
Okay, guys, let's continue then.
Years
Yeah,
old,
that's
which makes it funny that suddenly Arch and his buddies are having a cry about it now. I'm going to take that
I'm
as a
not his
compliment.
buddy.
With that kind of
He still goes on, oh yeah, he's a friend with Archer. We stream together. I find him pleasant. I respect his knowledge. But going, you are buddy. We barely speak. Jesus Christ. This is an assumption on his part.
Well, basically, he was addressing the fact that, Arch reacted to this video after all of this time. That was his point here. Nothing else, really. I wouldn't say so.
Oh, well, fine if it is that, but saying his buddies, don't include me in those. I make my own videos.
Okay, fair, and play.
criticism implying that my newer content is fucking great and people just can't seem to find issues with it. I do recognize that my older style was more about jokes, analogies, and memes for comedic effect, which did muddy a few lore points. I also recognize and have recognized many times.
It didn't muddy a few lore points. His videos were fucking wrong. Most of the time, beginning to end. The entire Badab War video, like, it was wrong at the beginning, but by the end, he was even making up chapters that never even fought in that war. It is not mudding it for, oh yeah, my humor, I didn't use to do. No, you were wrong. There is no problem in admitting that. And to the point of, oh yeah, you have to research all the information like it says down there. All the informations include this. He should have been doing better already at the time. And he has been involved in controversy after controversy even after these videos. Fuck, his video together with Wes Hammer is still filled with his own compliments. And then he backstabbed the guy.
No way. Well, oh gosh, I will just add to that in general, when you make any video and then you're wrong, just admit that you're wrong, move on, try better, general principle of things, and that's it. Really. I mean, don't wait to be called out, maybe, but maybe sometimes you need that if you didn't notice that you're wrong. But after that, you should really take a note and try to not repeat the same things like you did before. So yeah, playing.
That I haven't always been 100% accurate. I mean, I literally have dedicated videos discussing it and how I was making sure I was improving my methods of information to ensure better lore accuracy. I even made videos attempting to undo some lore damage from memes. It's the same with Reddit. People will cry and rage about videos I've made, but then only cite ones posted like 4 or 5 years ago. Personally, when I want to judge someone, I judge them on how they are today. Digging into half a decade ago is the biggest clutch at straws and just feeds into cancel culture, which a lot of these types of guys also complain about all the time. Where do the
The point is, your entire personality, your entire persona, your entire portfolio is still there. I can commend you. I commend you if you are better, but you still have to recognize you have been shit at least. That is my point. Your channel is imprecise, video too short, doesn't give context. The lore is laughable at best. Even like I'll make this promise. I'll watch a new video for the Lord Destroyers tomorrow when we make it, and I want to see what he did. I will watch his video on the Terminus Decree because that is the most recent problematic thing made by Games Workshop. But you cannot tell me, oh yeah, but that was years ago. Yeah, and it is still there, Majorkill. If you are trying to be better, why the fuck do you still have lore wrong videos? Delete them, remake them. It is easy content, and give the correct lore. What is the problem?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
He's better in these new videos. The female custodies one, it should be kind of new. He didn't read 2 fucking pages.
Yeah, the fact on the female. Well, how old is this video on the female custodians? I'm curious.
Probably a year old, guys, because that is when it happened. I mean, it happened in April, the whole female custodies thing. And then he made a video. He said something of the sort that he is excusing them.
The video was published. The video was published 15th of April 2024. So it was a bit more than a year ago, and he still didn't bother to read 2 fucking pages of lore for a video. He got the ending completely wrong. Oh no, yeah, you guys have to understand. Those videos are very old. I am better now. This video is 1 year old, and you're still shit.
Well, he also has an explanation for that. That what he read was not what was just cut out basically at the end. Well, we'll see what he says.
It's not an excuse. At that time, the codex was already out on the internet. He could have found a copy. And even then, he says later that the final part was recounted to him by somebody else. Somebody else that must have read it. So, why the fuck didn't he ask for the second page? Why did he trust what something somebody else told him? Like, the guy couldn't make up stuff that was almost correct, but then derailed completely at the end. Oh yeah, no, somebody else actually told me. And how the fuck did he know exactly? Did he have the page? Why didn't you ask to read it?
Well, remember, I don't know if you remember, guys, but remember last year, I think it was last year, there was a story that everybody tried to run with it, where basically it seemed like one of the fantasy Warhammer books delivered the story about a guide, and there was I cannot say that word on YouTube because it's the worst word possible, and everybody tried to run with it. I covered the passage that was shown, and then I covered it again when I read the whole page with context. Remember that?
About better to not talk about that, because that novel was a disgrace, even worse than the YouTubers.
Yes, but the point is that if you only covered the first passage, you will really think that this is a story about Edo. I'm gonna say Edo without the first word, but was actually a story about a gay, which is still bad, but at least it was not the first thing. So it's very important to get the whole context or passage of anything. Just saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Day, hypocrite. Pontius then goes on to discuss 2 things in his classic misconstrued style.
So, the guy is a serial backstabber that has backstabbed 2 of his own friends without remorse.
Firstly, he talks about me backstabbing Warhammer without remorse and how I shield peptides. Now, he has made a big point about the no remorse thing, but both of these incidences I have publicly taken accountability for. The peptide thing got its own video where I responded to Morty and Glory, and this is actually what he said about my response.
And I think Majorkill did a very, very good job of going, look, I definitely shouldn't have used those things side by side in the video. There's definitely a bit of muddying of the waters. And I think it's just a very good job, taking accountability of that and also clarifying the position.
I also take accountability with the Wes thing. I spoke to Wes privately and I did a public post about it. I don't know what else you want from me. The idea that someone has to be totally infallible and make 0 mistakes is insane. If you want someone to be held accountable for something they did that you disagree with, and then they are held accountable, if you then don't move on, then you never wanted accountability to begin with. You wanted punishment and cancellation, making you a pretty sad bitter person. Especially
Please stop it. I want to make you people notice that he jumped on the bandwagon to cancel Arch. So he just pretty much invalidated this entire thing. But removing that, the problem is not that you took accountability after. The problem is that you did it in the first place. It is like generally it is mainly a problem of dealing with the consequences of your own actions. Obviously nobody deserves to be punished forever, and I'm glad he takes accountability, but still what makes you take accountability is getting a backlash because of something you did. Really?
Yeah, of course.
Pretty much there is a difference between, oh yeah, I fucked up, I shouldn't have done that, to, oh fuck, I fucked up, they think it is a bad thing and just retracting it.
Of course.
No, but
generally.
The thing I saw is that why does this keeps happening? That's the thing I can't understand, because okay, with Arch, with Warhammer,
It happened with
And then
Ash,
other
it happened
stuff.
with
It
Warhammer,
just-
it happened with the peptides. Does it really need to keep happening? Can we put somebody to just go through through the entirety of the fucking like life of Majorkill, and just when he gets a very stupid idea, tell him before he has to be called out? Because it could be useful at this point.
Well,
but-
actually, I can give you another example, guys, which I covered because it really hit me hard. I mean, I was not a, I was not approving of that. So basically, a year ago, again, I think was it, some girl that's like a VTuber, basically stole the way that he does the videos. I mean, particular lines, like whole passages of how he writes his videos, and he called her out on it. He showed a lot of examples, and after everything, she just apologized, having in mind that all that she did copying Majorkill actually brought her channel to amazingly fast growth. So everything that she did, she owns to the fact that she stole from him. And after she was exposed and she apologized, he even offered to help her out instead of saying, "Hey, that type of behavior in general is not excusable." At all, because there are so many creators that are trying to make it for years like the honest way, and all of a sudden he is now promoting and helping someone that got to a very quick growth and changed their lives by cheating, and he decided to help her out instead of being like, okay, you apologized, but that does not make things better. You already benefited. You had the benefits of what you did, and that is gonna stay. That's not gonna change. That's not gonna be, you can't retract that. You can't retract the success that is created by cheating in such a manner, stealing from another creator. So he decided to support her, and I was like, what are you doing? This is saying to everybody else, it's okay to cheat. When you find a loophole, it's great, and the creator that you stole from is probably gonna congratulate you. Awesome. Like, how are everybody else feeling that just wanna achieve something by themselves, by their own efforts? So I felt, to me, that was very bad of Majorkill, what he did.
Generally, I can agree with this point that AI YouTubers are stealing a lot of content, a lot of stuff. It is why I stopped even posting on Patreon my own the script of my own videos, because I don't want them I don't want them to be fed to an AI, even if AIs will always find a way to do that. But generally, yeah, there is a problem with AI stuff. But there is also a problem with the YouTubers that are around. The entire point of my video is these guys not only are extremely inaccurate, they are pushing an agenda, and they have created a culture of toxic positivity that is bringing more and more shitty lore to 40k. They are literally the face of the community, and they are not calling out Games Workshop for anything. They are just yes men. That is the main problem I took with the entirety of the creator roster I brought on the video. I just want that these people, for once, show the truth of it. They don't push politics. They don't have to get the lore extremely right all the time. But just going, oh yeah, the lore is going completely and utterly to hell. Oh no, it's fine. This is all fine. Don't worry, guys. It's just Games Workshop. Jesus fucking Christ. I have a bit of a spine. Jesus.
Well, I mean, everybody has different character. I mean, some don't want to involve themselves with that, but to also pretend that everything's perfectly fine and romanticize it like sometimes West Hammer does. I just find that unappealing as a viewer, because I also have the gaze of a viewer as well as the content creator. So to me, of course, it's better if I see a creator like you who just call it like it is and what I'm trying to do. But I do also understand that some creators don't want to get involved in anything of the sort. They just want to find their niche and just stick their noses just there, because also that's how YouTube works. You got to find one particular thing and just hammer it down until you manage to make a hole in it. And sometimes that does mean to not get yourself spread too thin with other topics, or make the channel diluted by other types of content, even if that is important content, you can say. So I also understand that from the standpoint of the YouTube algorithm and how you teach YouTube what your channel is actually about. So that's another point of view.
Yeah.
Continuing.
Anyway, let's go on.
context of Warhammer lore on YouTube. Like, this isn't life or death, guys. This is a hobby about super soldiers killing aliens and shit. If you're as angry as Pontius, especially over things that aren't true or misrepresented or things that happened 4 years ago, then you have some serious unresolved issues.
He's not funny. If anything, he's the worst kind of
please.
the video was the most angry about, and it is the main example I gave. Is his female custodian's video, which is here. So go on.
Okay.
Median, an unfunny one.
Pontius makes a point that I am unfunny, and look, you don't have to find me funny. My sense of humor is not universal. However, some people do find me funny, close to 700,000 or so. So it just makes Pontius come across as an extremely bitter, jealous person. Now this next one did
Oh yeah, it is all jealousy because of the numbers. Good way to discount my observation about his fucking humor being shit.
He called
Like,
you Pontius 2 times.
Yeah, generally when it comes, yeah, it is true that humor is extremely subjective. But if you have the humor of a 6 years old, can you really tell that, like, okay, it is good to have for the rest of my life? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't joke about anything. I'm not saying like stuff like that or something. But really, this is the argument. Oh yeah, 700,000 people find me funny, or maybe they're subscribed because you cover lore in 15 minutes. It might be a system,
Yeah,
but maybe a reason.
But even with that, this is not even the main point. We are not even in the real stuff that makes us cover him.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just your. Sorry.
I just wanted to say that he brought up the point where, oh, this is just lore, don't get your panties in the bunch. I paraphrasing. I mean, when anybody says this is just fantasy, why you're getting so angry about it, this is not real, I understand this point, but also we have to keep in mind that we do love this thing. In this case, called Warhammer 40k. So we do love, we do need that thing, the lore, to be represented in the most accurate way possible because we love it and we care for it. And yeah, it's fantasy, but fantasy or whatever it is that's fictional gives people a lot of value. It just helps your mental health. It creates connections with people. It actually leads to real life benefits in terms of, again, people that you meet. Maybe you can make a career out of it. It becomes a real life thing. So it's not just, oh, it doesn't matter because by this token you can poop on anything. How it is, of course, with the other universes like DC and Marvel that are pooped on now a lot with James Gunn especially. That's another topic. But the point is, when you see your favorite characters or whatever universe to be represented in a horrible way, you can say something about this because it's not right on principle. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. It has value for people's souls and actually their lives. So,
yeah, the main problem is that people misrepresent how mutable fantasy, sci-fi, and stuff is really. You cannot just throw a universe upside down from one book to the next, from one video to the next, from one movie to the next, and expect to not create problems with it. Engagement to something is given by attachment to it. To be attached to something, it must stay consistent. Now, I'm not saying the lore of 40k must always be perfect, having scientists just going around doing stuff. I'm not saying that. Mistakes can happen. Various writers have done mistakes in the past, even ones I liked, and no problem with it. It can happen. But the mistake must be acknowledged and, most importantly, corrected. Just going, oh no, but it's fantasy, it is all made up anyway. Okay, then if it is all made up anyway and every single mistake becomes canon, and if you can just do whatever the fuck you want and pretty much nobody can tell you anything because it is made up, why should I get attached? Why should I have any interest in reading or learning? Why should I buy the miniatures? Do you really want to tell me that going from, oh yeah, do you see this mini? This is Supreme Grandmaster Kaldor Drago, the chapter master of the Grey Knights. He's stuck in the warp and such, has the same impact of, oh yeah, this is Space Knight 27.
Absolutely. I mean, then all the lore loses value. Everything loses value and nothing matters. So, yeah. You said it very well.
Jesus, oh no, yeah, everything can change. No, guys, nothing is canon. Don't worry. Let alone they are literally destroying the fucking lore edition by edition. No, don't say anything about it. This is fine. Games Workshop knows what it is doing. Especially, it knew what it was doing when it hired CS:GO. That day, they very much knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. If they want to make it mainstream, it's gonna just go to crap and being super average and mediocre, basically.
Pretty much.
Continuing.
Actually make me laugh. And of course, it was another lie based on a huge stretch of an assumption.
But I have the suspicion that for the entirety of the video, he was cheating the answers to the lore questions that were being asked. He kept looking every time the camera was on him in the same exact spot, as if he was reading the answers because Voldemort was on speaker. We have no guarantee that Majorkill was alone, so it is my suspicion that in that video he was cheating during a lore contest, a guy that considers himself a lore expert. Do you want to see how much this guy sucks at the lore?
He said that during my quiz battle against Warhammer hosted by Voldemort to ensure legitimacy, I cheated because I kept looking at the same spot, like I had some kind of mega Warhammer nerd rapidly typing out the answers to the questions so I could cheat in a low-stakes charity Warhammer trivia game. My lord, just saying that out loud. I hope you guys can see how pathetic this is. Maybe Pontius isn't used to interacting with humans in person or something, but it's universally known that when people have to think about things, they often look in specific directions, depending on the cerebral process involved. Some people look up, some people look down, some look left, some look right. I was answering complex niche Warhammer 40k questions, and I had to rack my brain. I also ended up losing the trivia match, so it's just straight up the most retarded point Pontius has ever made.
Please
the rest
stop
of his
it. My main point, as I showed in the video, but he obviously didn't acknowledge, is that I said it is my suspicion he was cheating. The main point is based on the fact that if you are really looking around to think about stuff, you are fixating a bit too much on your lower left, almost like you are looking specifically at something. When you're looking about stuff, you move around, you look around. And even then, the main argument he made was for when somebody is talking in person. There was nobody else there. He was talking on speaker with Voldemort. I don't know if Warhammer was also there. I didn't hear it, but I heard the speaker of Voldemort. And for the rest, it was just the camera. And yeah, it is very weird to look always in the same place every time you are asked a question that you might find hard to find an answer about. Like, generally, if it was looking around, generally, all right. But fixating on a defining place, always looking in the same place, is extremely weird. It is why my suspicion was born in the first place. But, like, even then, generally, the fact that he says, oh, yeah, but lore contest that I even ended up losing, so this is a very bullshit comment. The final questions were hard enough, and me and Pio actually tried, that we tried looking them up on a wiki to see if we could find the answer fast, because we pretty much, my main suspicion is somebody else was there listening to the questions, finding the answers and sending them to him on something. The last few questions were so specific and hard that you couldn't find them on the wiki, and he got them wrong. The last one specifically is the one that made him lose, and we couldn't find it easily.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, very good point that, oh yeah, I lost. I wonder why. I wonder if the question was very easily answerable with a Google search or not. That is that only adds to the suspicion.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that, so I cannot comment on that objectively. So we can move on.
Arguments of bad faith, but this one was just sad. Now for his apparent silver bullet moment, getting the female custodian lore wrong.
The video is called Female Custodies Are Now 100% Canon. What does this mean for Warhammer 40k? He specifically goes over, during the video, the story of the first of the 3 custodians mentioned in the codex. Majorkill, in his explanation, gets the ending of it completely fucking wrong. It is bewildering that for a 20 minutes video, a lore YouTuber didn't bother to read the 2 fucking pages of lore.
In my video discussing GW unveiling female custodies, I highlight on a leaked short story about a female custodian who tried to win a blood game by teleporting a nuke into the Imperial Palace. When I discussed it, I was reading about a leak from an unreleased custodian codex and only had 1 page. I got the end of the short story slightly wrong as it was on the next page that I didn't have, and someone else told me the ending, but they were slightly off.
No. Okay, stop it. Okay, so you had only 1 page, which is the one that is being obviously showed on screen. You only had 1 page. Somebody else told you how the story ended, but why the fuck did you trust them? Why didn't you ask for the page? And once again, if somebody else knew how it ended, then it means that the page was already out.
Yeah, I do think that he should have just read the whole thing. It was just very important, especially with new lore and so scandalous one that everybody are going to talk about for obvious reasons. Maybe, just maybe, he should have read the whole thing, just for his own information, peace of mind, and of course for the audience. It was just important.
Yeah, but removing that it was important, it is a matter of integrity. Like he has this video is 1 year old. He went through the story is shit because me and Pio have read it. We even provided proof about it and such. But really, to make a lore video of this scope for something that the entire community was pretty much up in arms about, you didn't bother to actually go and read it yourself. Because if somebody else told you, it means they knew. It means they had read it. Then why the fuck didn't you read it? It was too much of an effort.
Yeah, but he agreed. He said we were right once again because we said he didn't bother to read 2 fucking pages. Well, he read just one.
Yeah, he read only
He
one.
read just one.
It is not a problem that it wasn't a lore video, Grumpy. It is not a problem of lore video. If you are giving bad lore, you are giving bad lore everywhere, not only in the fucking lore videos. It is not a oh no, but it wasn't a lore video. It was more of a discussion. Okay, he discussed lore though.
Yeah, it was important, guys. I think we all can agree to that. And hi to Lady Runesong. I saw you there in the chat a bit earlier, but just gonna respond. So she also says if he had 1 page, but then had the rest during editing, he should have redone the video. Of course, so just add this last part. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he once again confirmed my point. My point is, oh yeah, he didn't read the lore to make this video, which is by the way, it's a years old. So before anybody, oh yeah, but you only watch old content. This video was April 2024. So even here he showed that even if the lore is only 2 pages long, he prefers not reading it to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, the lore about the female custodies is super small. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, definitely you should read that. Okay.
Anyway, there is our narrator that wants to come in. I think he is in the
Oh yeah.
the waiting for the program. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we can hear his opinion too on
Here
this.
he is. Hi to you.
Hey, Joel.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Perfectly. Hi. Welcome.
Fantastic. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. What did I miss?
Well, almost
Everything.
the whole video. we just have a bit more of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you have seen it previously, maybe you can comment on the whole thing, and then we can continue. We are at minute 9.56.
Yeah. Almost done. gladly.
Okay. Are we talking about Majorkill's new video or something else?
Yeah,
Yes.
Majorkill
Yes,
video.
looks like
Pretty
Majorkill.
much how
Yeah,
he confirmed that. Oh yeah, when we said you're shilling peptides and porn to children, he said no, I'm not doing that. But actually, 4% of my audience, if you see, are under 18. Oh, okay, so you're doing that. And then after it, oh yeah, Pontius suspects that I cheated, and I gave exactly proof as to why. Not really proof, but my opinion as to why I was cheating. And oh yeah, but I even lost. Very curious that you lost for questions that couldn't be looked up on Lexicanum, because me and Pio tried after we finished the Lord Destroyers episode, and we couldn't find them. It was not that easy. So strange you didn't know those specifically. But even removing that now, oh yeah, the point is he's so wrong on the lore that even for this video that he released in 2024, so there is no excuse on being on the old side of the videos. He said that I didn't read the lore because I got the finale of the story completely wrong. And then he goes on, yeah, actually I read only 1 page. Okay, so we were right. You didn't read it.
Yeah, I watched it as soon as you put the notification on Discord. I was likely on my lunch break, and I was like, oh no, I have to stop whatever I'm doing. I watched this immediately, and I was dumbfounded. Like that video it's just pathetic. I'm looking at this man who clearly has had, the things we watched together, and I like, dark jokes, and the occasional dick joke is fine. I mean, no trouble about it, but it's constant and it's weird. And the first things he even said was, I'd rather break my balls. Like, man, what's your obsession with male genitalia, my friend? And yes, he said only 4%. My brother in Christ, 4% of 700,000 subscribers of children is equivalent to 28,000 children that we know of, because of course there is also the high possibility that like you said, Danny, the fact that simply people just log in and claim to be adults. Like, it's really simple in this day and age. So it shouldn't make you feel like, oh yeah, no, what I'm doing isn't wrong, because if they want porn they can just look it up. That's not the issue. Like, you just don't mention it. We're talking about Warhammer. Sure, you can sponsor your stuff. Sure, you need an 18 plus account to try and log in. But the fact that you mention it, that you show it on video, it's not good. Pontius didn't just mention the things about the wrong law. He mentioned that he's clearly not a good ambassador for Warhammer 40,000 because of this thing and many more.
That's a very
And he's
interesting
proven
way
it
to put it,
in
ambassador.
his own video.
Yeah, that's a very interesting
Yeah,
way.
and I would also add that, to be honest, I find it removing disrespectful how he put us in the thumbnail, because he called me a scumbag and a liar. I'm not a scumbag. If anything, I'm into fucking. I am into charity. I work with stray animals and such, and animals without homes. But other than liar, really liar, what have I lied about? What I have not presented the proof of? Does he shield porn? Yes. Do children watch his channel? Yes, he confirmed that. Did he get better with the lore? No. The female custodian's video showed he didn't get better with the lore. Has he backstabbed the people? Yeah. What have I been wrong until now?
Okay.
Like, no, like until now in the entire video, I'm curious. What has he disbanded of everything I said? Because I think it's nothing.
I also can't find anything that you're wrong about. I just want to congratulate you, Pontius, that you're helping animals. That's amazing. I now love you a lot more. I just want to say that's amazing. And anybody that does that, just thank you so much for helping animals. And the other thing I want to comment, and by the way, guys in the chat are happy that you're here. Enigum VA, how to call you, Sven? Except the unreliable narrator. I'm gonna break my tongue to say that English, but yeah, how to call you?
It's Ignim. Yeah, no, weird name, but it's people know me as Julio because Danny calls me Julio in the videos. So just the narrator is fine. I am not bothered by it.
Okay, you said something very interesting, and the bad part is that I kind of forgot because we're talking about so many things, but it was right on point and I totally forgot. I'm sorry. So I just want to address the super chats. Maybe I'm gonna remember my name. Maybe, because my brain is just full of everything. I'm trying to consider everything in the same time. So excuse me, guys. So the fifth courier, I think, is it? Oh my God, it's my beloved narrator. So he's gushing over you. That's amazing. And then
Love you.
Beautiful Joe with the 5. He says, sorry to gush, you're an awesome lady, Gary, and I wish you the best. Thank you, Pontius, for calling out bullshit. And I'm also calling out bullshit, although it's not very pleasant. Join the Pontius Discord, says Simon Hladlik. We have foster kitten pictures. That's amazing. Maybe I will do that. I really don't have time to barely be in my own Golden Astartes Discord server, but in general, that's amazing. One of my YouTube friends, Disgusting, also is doing everything for animals in shelters. So I'm very much into these types of causes, and I have 3 dogs. So there you go. Okay, guys, we can continue if you wish.
No, wait. I want to address a comment. Sure, it shells porn 100% on that, but not to children. That's a fact to say about anyone. But he confirmed that 4% of his audience is under 18 plus. So his videos are not age restricted. He's still putting advertising in his videos, telling, do you want to see this porn? It is on my Patreon. That is the point. It is not... He doesn't even own up to it. Oh, no, only 4% of my audience. Does that make it right? Am I missing something here? Like, my point is not don't do it. He can do whatever he wants. But is it really needed to shill it on his YouTube videos by this point? He's a giant creator with 700k subscribers. Does he really need that kind of publicity to get people to pay him on Patreon?
Well, I would ditch that if I were him by this point because his businesses are really great. I would get that emperor statue if I could. I can't, but it's amazing. You know, that he made. It's really amazing statue, but other than that, yeah, I don't think that considering all of his businesses, he needs exactly that, and maybe he should go back and restrict all of those videos that he has, all the corn Patreon ads at the end of the video. That's gonna take a while, but maybe he should do that. Most of them are now old. I don't remember when recently he did that actually. Maybe in a yearly calendar, but other than that, I don't remember such an ad. I'm not watching all of his videos these days like I used to because I really wanted to be updated on what he's doing in general, see how the lore is going. I mean, how he presents it to be just informed, but I don't remember such a thing in the recent videos. And before we continue, thank you for the 10 euro by Imaran, who says, I side with Pontius for calling out Majorkill for what he is. I wanna be Lord channel that gets more wrong than he gets right. And to that he is a backstabbing grifter, and yeah, I dislike him. Acknowledged, and thank you for the support. Thank you. Okay, guys, are you ready now to continue with the video?
Yeah, go on.
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait. You are showing the lore on screen. Did he just fucking fuck up retelling the lore that is on screen? Let's see.
He had it in front of him.
Basically, I said that the person who reported the custodian to the palace was punished. In actuality, it was the captain who was following the custodian's orders. Pontius uses this as some sort of glorious aha, see moment, but if you actually take a step back and look at it, what a fucking loser. He said that the lore was right in front of me on my video. He was wrong. I was referencing the one page I had that was leaked that didn't have that piece of the story on it, but we're used to that by now. Sure, I'll admit it. I got two unimportant characters mixed up on a leaked page of a codex which didn't actually show the end of the story I was referencing. My bad, guys. Guess you got me. I know nothing about Warhammer lore.
We have an unfunny and generally his entire point is, oh no, he pointed out I'm inaccurate. What a fucking loser. Wow.
No, but he said that it was a haha moment. No, it was not just one. It was not a haha moment. It was more like, oh my god, again.
Like my main point is people take what I say extremely literally. When I said he fucked up saying lore that was in front of him, it is what he did. If he took the time to edit the video, do you really want to tell me that in all the time he took to record, write the script, even if I don't think he writes anything, and go to editing and such, he never had an hold of the second page? Ever? Like, generally, when it comes to this, you want to tell me that for a video that was 7 minutes long, technically I made a mistake because it was not 20 minutes. I was referencing another one. It was 7 minutes long, and you wanted to talk about a story of Kaladesh Starovalia Cash, which is 2 pages long, and is the most renowned female custodians, because there is 3 in total. Many people didn't even know there were 3 until our video. And you want to tell me that if the lore is 2 pages long and you bother to read only one before talking the lore, the fault is mine that I make you notice it?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, in
generally,
general.
okay, it is 2 pages long. Demand the second page. You are a lore YouTuber. You can be as generalistic as you want. I'm not saying everyone has to be extremely precise in what they do. You can go general. I don't care. But what you say must be correct at least.
Well, here is a quick idea. I mean, if he really didn't have access to the rest of the lore in that particular moment when he filmed the video, let's just hypothetically assume that he didn't. Why then he didn't say, oh, I don't have the rest of this. I only can base my opinion or my viewpoint on this particular segment of the lore. And if there's anything else, I cannot comment on that right now. Or something like that. At least be completely clear that this is not the whole thing and he can only base his opinion on what he sees right now. Like, why not at least disclose that?
Yeah, in general,
There are two.
I do find. Wait a second, then you go, Julie. I do find that he's maybe misrepresenting the argument and trying to minimize what happened. Because oh yeah, I mixed up completely the two main characters in two minor characters in a very small insignificant story. Yeah, you did. You changed the entire meaning of the story with your mistake, because the meaning of the story at the end, for how shit it was literally, yeah, the ones that were obeying without question were to be punished because obeying unthinkingly to everything you are ordered could bring the downfall of the emperor and the imperium. But the story, like the story inside the story he gave was pretty much, oh yeah, the female custodian was buttered that she was found out because one of the crew members betrayed, and so she decided to punish the entire crew. Instead, the story is she was angry that she was found out, because obviously, but at the same time, she wanted to make an example out of them for unquestioning loyalty that might bring to further problems than just questioning the orders that are given to you. Because the moral of the story is, because somebody tells you to do something, it doesn't mean you should do it without thinking about it. Because she had the captain servitorized, which was obeying her orders, the crew punished because they didn't stop her, and she promoted the one that denounced her to be the new captain of the ship. His mistake completely changed the meaning of the story. If anything, it made the lore even worse, because now at least there is no more hidden meaning for how shitty the story is that you can talk about. He made the meaning, yeah, she was buttered that one of them denounced them to the custodians, so she decided to punish everyone.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about the female custodians is that nothing is right about them. Nothing. Even the story that they're introduced in. And just to say, big shout out to a fellow content creator, very big, amazing channel, J Viper. Hi to you. We're gonna be together very soon in our network show, guys. So watch that every Thursday on the channel. Okay.
Okay,
you
Julio,
ready,
you
guys?
can go. No, it was Julio's turn. You can go.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I wouldn't say turn, like we're all chatting and whatever. No, there are two things that I want to mention because, of course, we just crossed upon it. The first one, which is the most obvious one, he doesn't really have any any decent rebuttals towards the Pontius, so he resorts multiple times into name calling, which is very annoying and clearly a situation which I would call, something that a man child will think of, or when someone doesn't have anything left, then they resort to name calling, which he does constantly in this video, and he just did, before. You don't name call. I mean, I'm just saying. Pontius didn't name call. I was just reading someone in the chat. Pontius didn't name call. He just said that. What did you say exactly? Because I forgot the sentence.
That
What did you call him?
he's extremely unfunny, and I called him morally bankrupt.
Exactly. He didn't judge him based on his appearance. He didn't call him a sad little man, which Majorkill does multiple times in this video, among other things, which we just heard, but I already forgot because it doesn't really matter. And that's the first part. We clearly understand that this video, even he doesn't really know what to say against it. He's trying to he's trying to unpack what Danny said, but he doesn't really have anything to go against it. So he resorts to this. So number one. Number two, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, but he lied. I mean, if you have he cannot know the fate of the two characters unless he has the second page. And
He
if I don't
said,
recall wrong,
he said that somebody else told him. But the problem is that somebody else told me is even a worse excuse, because I didn't have the second page. Then who the fuck told you? Did they have the second page? Why did you trust them? Why not ask for the page to be sent to you? It is your lore video. Have a bit of fucking standards. Okay, no, yeah, it was a leak, but somebody else had the page, but I just didn't bother to ask for it. Jesus.
and also, when you have a lore that is 1.5 pages, every character is really important. I mean, it's already not fleshed out, but if there are like 3 characters in 1.5 page, well, these characters must be really interesting to be there for any reason at all. Sure, the fate is whatever, but the reason how they got there is the important one. Of course, if anyone wants to watch, Danny, we made the whole video about the female custodies already. I don't remember exactly which one. If you can
Yeah,
tell me.
it was in the section of Warhammer where I called out all the lore of the female custodians. So yeah. But anyway, let's go on because things only get dumber from here.
Say one last thing, sorry. My God, from what I gathered from this video right now is, he's watching my old videos that are inaccurate because they are old, and now we got to a recent one that is not accurate, and while I fucked up, then what the fuck should we trust?
Yeah, like if no, all my
fucking
videos. He's talking only on my old videos. Then we get here about a video that is a year old, but you fucked up here too. You didn't bother to read 2 pages.
Yeah, he's not even saying that they are accurate or something. He's not trying to defending it. He admitted to it. Hey, they are old.
Yeah,
What
and
the fuck should that?
lastly, something that Mr. Narrator also mentioned that I just remembered is about the sexual jokes and all the dick stuff. I mean, I also noticed that maybe for guys it's not that on the nose for some guys. For me, I mean, I'm not a fan of vulgar stuff in general, so all of those come across very tasteless. At least that's how I feel. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, and just trying to, listen to the lore. There were just maybe 2 or 3 jokes throughout the years when I watched him that I thought, well, that was kind of funny, but I don't think those are the dirty jokes. That was like more moderate and more funny. And the other thing is that if you call somebody a name, then you really lost all credibility because you forgot about respect. At least try to convey your opinion in some kind of a manner that has class and more tact. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Well, we also have to consider that both in the video, I think he mentions it in the video, but in the comments, he agrees a lot with people about you can agree with the message, but not with the way that it's transmitted. So he's essentially calling out that Danny is very emotional is not the correct word I'm looking for, but he's passionate about the subject. So of course he's going to be. So of course he's going to be very passionate about what all these people are doing in the name of Warhammer. And regarding, of course, the situation about dick jokes, again, 1, 2 may be fine, depending on the context, of course. But when we're talking about Macarius, he said, and we cannot forget this. It was funny because it was stupid, not because he actually made it funny, because we found it very uncomfortable. He just said stuff like big juicy balls, and then jokes about rape and all these kind of references. My guy, we don't need that. There is no need to do so. In the right context, it's fine. But you're also publishing videos for children. You're publishing videos for all ages, and you keep adding these euphemisms. They don't really need to be here. They're not even euphemisms. They're just explicit. And it doesn't really make sense. It's not something a mature person will do. Especially, again, I'm gonna pull the ambassador word, because when people look up 40k lore, my friends drag me into it. I need to find some lore, but I do not feel like reading 100 or something books, or even the 50 something Horus Heresy. I'm gonna type on YouTube Warhammer 40k lore. Majorkill is going to be one of the ones in the front page. And
Yeah.
maybe people are like, oh, is this what lore YouTubers are like? And if he wasn't fit, because I mean, let's be real, he's not an ugly looking guy, but if he was like someone, a bit more on the lower score, let's say, he will get he will get absolutely shat on constantly. And
Okay.
that's also a double standard, but it's slightly different. And I'm, going on a tangent.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
generally,
that's
like
pretty
like
it
cool.
is not. It is not even the vulgar jokes. The guy made jokes about stuff that I don't know. I don't get how the fuck it took it on his mind to joke about certain things. In a video, we even had to stop it because he made a comparison for something. I don't even remember what it was, but I remember the moment. The dog again, I can hear it. But he made a comparison for something and used as a joke how many people die of AIDS in Africa per second, if I remember correctly, or per minute or whatever. But we had to stop the video and we were both like, why the fuck is this here? Like, why is this a point you wanted to bring into a 40k lore video? Like, it is not even a matter of being vulgar, for how vulgar he is in many of his videos, where he misrepresented even the lore, especially in the Age of Apostasy and such. But like, generally, why did you have to put in your script and in your video mention that his alpha joke to how many people die of AIDS in Africa? What does that add to the conversation in general?
Yeah, what really? And the other thing, when you're a viewer as well, what I first noticed about his content when I watched it is that because he's making so many jokes, I don't actually get the lore. I don't actually know what's real, what's not, because he's making everything into a parody of certain characters or factions, and I don't understand, especially when I was a newcomer, I don't understand if that's really the case, or I mean, obviously it's a joke, but then I'm like, then what is the truth? How am I supposed to tell if I'm a viewer? How am I supposed to count on his videos if I want to learn the lore to some aspect? Of course, then I went and read a ton of books and all of that to get my own perspective, and I understood how important that is. It's crucial. But to most viewers that are casual, I think that they're going to be very confused by all the jokes because his delivery just messes up everything about lore and just makes it inaccurate by default because everything is a joke and everything is a parody, basically.
Yeah, but there is also to understand something. How much you trust a content creator, especially of this kind, is all tied to your own reputation as a content creator. You cannot just do whatever the fuck you want all the time and then expect people, after you have got stuff wrong for years, after you have memed about lore that was incorrect, after you have made videos that didn't have even a beginning or an end on being lore accurate, you just say, oh no, yeah, but I'm still an expert. People won't trust you. It is the main point I brought against Luetin at the end of my video, because I didn't even want to go against Luetin because I admire the guy. The guy does his research for how much I hate his opinions, but he's free to have them. But at the same time, you want really to tell me that I have to take your videos seriously and assume that they are extremely well researched, extremely well put together, level-headed, talking only about the correct lore and canon. If you don't believe that canon exists, it is all a matter of reputation. You cannot suck at it for 4 years and then on the 5th year, oh no, guys, I'm good now. You can trust me now. You need to show the change. And it didn't. All those videos are 3 or 4 years old. The video on the female custodes is a year old. If you're talking lore in it and you got it wrong on 2 pages, what changed? Is there any change to notice?
Yeah, guys. Well, okay, let's continue. We have just a bit more, actually. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Completely morally bankrupt person trying to be a lore YouTuber while making minor and major mistakes in every single video of lore he ever made. Why the fuck are people even following this guy?
Tasteful as always, Pontius then wraps it up saying I have no commitment to the lore. Let's just see how little commitment I have. I've read the entire Horus Heresy, including the Siege of Terror and all short stories. I've read the entirety of the Caiaphas Cain series, the entire Night Lords trilogy, the entire Inquisition series, including Ravenor and Bequin. I've also read a number of other non-series novels, such as Valdor, Birth of the Imperium, The Infinite and the Divine, Lion, Son of the Forest, multiple Primarch books, among others, and I'm currently working through Dark Imperium to brush up on my modern day lore. That is almost 100 full-length 40k novels. I've also painted Eldar, Custodes, Orcs, and I'm working on a Night Lords kill team. I'd say that puts me in the top 0.01%, if not higher, of Warhammer lore readers. I wonder if Pontius has gotten through that many. Maybe he has, but either way, saying I have no commitment to the lore is once again the most brain-dead thing I've heard today. And that's saying something.
Okay, you have read so much. How do you still get stuff wrong? How? That is my main, like, obviously listening to all that doesn't take a few days or even months unless you are listening 24/7. It takes a couple of years. If he went through years worth of novels, how in the fuck are his videos so inaccurate?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's comprehension. You have to write notes, especially in critical parts of the books, because a lot of the books is just filler. It really is. That's one of the most disappointing things about one of the recent books, that I'm losing my attention literally, because it just focuses on side characters or stuff that are not that relevant to the main whole, and that's kind of annoying. But that's why you have to take notes. So yeah.
But like you don't even need to like read all of them. If you want to cover a specific topic, fuck, I do it even with novels I've already read. I will have to read again for next video, which is on the Armageddon Wars. I will have to read again Emperor's Gift, which was the novel that had the Months of Shame in it that I read for a very old video. But I need to reread it again to make the video because I want all info to be as correct as possible. I will have to reread Hell's Reach. I will have to research all the lore on the Second War for Armageddon, even on the secret war that not many people know about that that we will cover. I will not spoil what it is, but a lot of research will go into it. Like, you don't even need to read a high number of books to talk about something. It is not a matter of how much you read, but it is a matter of studying it before you do so. If he has read almost 100 novels, as he says, I've read almost 250 by this point, if we are not at 300 from when the channel started, because I've read a lot of new stuff for it, especially the second and third book of the Macarian Crusade before doing the video. I had read only the first one. But like generally, if you have read or listened in this case, because they are audiobooks, I cannot do audiobooks because I zone out. If you have read all of this, how in the fuck do you still keep getting stuff wrong?
Again,
It is either dedication or you do it on purpose.
Yeah, it's just his method of doing things. Because again, I'm also using the audiobook format because my life is such I cannot sit down literally and read the book. I just can't do that. But when I listen, you can make notes on the app itself. You can literally hear a section over and over again because you can just memorize it. So it's very convenient. And you can't get stuff wrong this way unless you're not paying attention to some capacity. And yes, of course, before you do a video, you gotta jump back in, no matter if you read it. And those books are sometimes really convoluted and confusing, and people are arguing about things that are obvious a lot of the times, which means that a lot of people can't comprehend or understand in any case. So at least you as the guy that is the content creator, you just have to go and do your best to present that information as accurate as humanly possible, because I mean, even people get it wrong, at least you know that you got it right and you did a lot to make sure that that is the case.
Yeah, and even here, like he's trying to use as a proof that he's an expert the fact that he has read a lot of the books. But I will say his videos don't show it. All the videos we have been sent until now have had big problems. Like some of them even ended up in the latest Lord Destroyers episode, especially the one of, oh yeah, how did Macarius die? Oh no, it is not important. That's from his video. The fact that he mentioned the Ordo Sicarius, if I remember correctly, being involved in the Badab War. Sorry, not the Badab War, the Age of Apostasy. The Ordo Sicarius was created because from the events that led to the main Supreme Grand Master of the Assassinorum temples going mad and killing the High Lords. What does that have to do with the Age of Apostasy? In fact, oh yeah, no, they also created the Ordo Sicarius. No, the Ordo Hereticus is what was created during the Age of Apostasy. Like, he has read so much content and he gets this kind of stuff wrong. Like, either he's not listening to anything, or he should really get an habit of going back and reading what he wants to talk about.
No, but probably he just reads it once and just says, yeah, I read it a lot, I can make a video, and then he does it like a month later. And just goes up on memory and just forgets about them, just keeps getting stuff confused and wrong, because it doesn't put the effort to read it as he's making the video, probably. That's what I think.
It is just, I remember this, let's put in this. Okay, then once again, you are proving me right. You have read hundreds of books and you still get shit wrong all over the place. How does that prove me wrong in any way?
Okay, guys, I just want to read the super chats now before we continue. So from Bulgaria, my own country, Beget Svetan for the 2 level says Majorkill probably uses Reddit experts. Hashtag Priest of Mars. Thank you very much. Thank you. You get the Wonder Woman salute, which is not Wakanda forever. It is Wonder Woman salute. And Biter Line for the 9.99. For some reason, this is deleted by Yasto, but before that, I think I read something about this is the best something lore. I couldn't read it. Yasto, I hope that was that was warranted. Okay, guys, continue with what everyone say, and we have how much of the video exactly? Well, I think we're at 11 minutes, so maybe around 3 minutes of the
3
video.
minutes left, and then we can watch the unedited part I made on him, and you can tell me if I lied on anything after that.
Okay. Should I continue?
Yeah, go on.
Yep.
Since I've heard nothing but brain dead moments from this guy. Now the issue here isn't that Pontius doesn't like my content or finds me inaccurate or doesn't like my style or is pointing out a new problem. I'll cop that. I don't need people to like me or validate me. I actually like the fact that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. The issue is that he is a fucking liar and everything he's discussed and gotten wrong, either through flat out lies or misrepresenting the truth, are things he could have fact checked pretty easily. The reason why he didn't is because it doesn't fit his narrative. He hates me, he wants you to hate me, it's hard to convince you to do that if all of his points are invalid or extremely overblown. This also ties in with the wider issue with these kinds of guys and the overall issue of 40k lore. As I've said many times, Warhammer.
Okay.
He has literally invalidated 0 of my points. 0. He has not invalidated any of my points, generally. I don't think he has disproven even one of them. My points were, the guy's unfunny, which it is. He backstabs people, which he does. He shields porn to underage, he does. He doesn't read the lore. He admitted to not reading it. He until now has disproved nothing. I have not lied about anything. If anything, he's proving me right across the board. Anyway, go on. Because he even has the goal here to call me out on something that I got wrong in the video, but I will give context on that, because his point that I got something wrong in the video is not as good as he thinks because of what I got wrong. Go for it.
Okay. I'm just downloading your video now, just to let you know. In the meantime. Okay, play.
40k lore represents decades of storytelling spread across hundreds of books with many retcons and a lot of lore that is open to interpretation. GW often also makes in-lore mistakes and canon conflicts, making it even more confusing. Even AI struggles to comprehend it despite having a literal computer brain. Sometimes lore YouTubers get things wrong. The fucking hypocrite even got something wrong in his video. A mistake.
What I got wrong is not the lore. That is the point. Because I read too much 40k material, I misremembered an event that was admittedly very similar in the Horus Rising series, with a scene from Euphrati Killer walking nude outside of it, and there was another scene during an interrogation with, oh my god, with, I always forget names in the worst moments. How was the Luna Wolf called in the book? I always forget it.
Loken.
Yeah, Garviel Loken, because I always remember Nathaniel Garro, don't know why. But with Loken naked during an interrogation that had only just a tarp covering him. But I said the correct lore, but I attributed it to the wrong source, which was Horus Rising, because the scene I was remembering was the main character of Emperor's Children, Hyperion, taking a shower, and remembrance, or in that case it was an Inquisitor, I don't remember correctly, at least I should go and check, that saw him naked, and she was like, wow, he has the equipment, he's wasted like that. And like, okay, but my lore is still correct. I misremembered where I read it, but it is still correct. In fact, even say, that is my edit that I made in the pinned comment, which I says, yeah, correct lore, just said the wrong source. The actual lore is that a woman sees a grey knight showering and admires his physique and dong. He was thinking of the scene from an entirely different book set 10,000 years prior, where a remembrancer thinks Gabriel Logan is hands-on, but thinking, okay, yeah, everything like that. They are very similar scenes that I got mixed up, but not in lore, but in source. I said that it was in the wrong book. I still didn't say wrong lore.
Oh my god, it happens. If only Majorkill would have put sources.
If only Majorkill put sources under his videos, so people that are interested could go and read. We do that, so.
Yeah, I have nothing to say to this.
Lucas, it is not a matter you can mix up things. Everyone can mix up things. Even Majorkill can mix up things. As long as it happens once in a while, and it is something minor. This is something minor. The lore is correct, but I attributed it to the wrong book, a book that I have to reread, actually, recently. But generally, if you are consistently getting stuff wrong, even giant things wrong, like the entirety of the ending of the Macarius story, the Ordo Sicarius during the Age of Apostasy, the entirety of the fact of how Gog Van Der got into power. Oh yeah, it was very charismatic. The guy was an asshole. People wanted to kill him. Like, the problem is that I recognized that I got wrong the source.
Yeah, and I mean, if you if you make a mistake, for example, you say that Sanguinius all of a sudden is alive, or Horus didn't kill the emperor, but he just fell off a balcony or something. That's pretty bad. Yeah, that's a major one. But to mix up like sources, whatever, I mean, yeah, it happens. At least it's not Sanguinius falling off a balcony.
Yeah, no, generally, I am of the opinion that everyone can get things wrong, but it must be a rarity. Like, even in this case, I didn't even get wrong the lore. I got the source wrong. Like, oh yeah, I didn't read it from here. I read it from there. Wow, this makes such a big fucking difference when this guy literally didn't read the 2 pages required to talk of the lore he talked about. This is probably the same thing, really.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm ready to continue. We have around maybe 2 minutes or something.
That is easily comparable to my mistake about who got servitorized in the female custodian segment. If he had approached this with facts, a calm tone and less personal bias, then maybe he could have made a point. But he did the opposite.
Bias, and it was facts. I don't have a personal bias against him because, oh yeah, he's Majorkill. I have a personal bias with him because his general online reputation is that he's an asshole. And he made that reputation. So I don't understand where the bias is coming from. I'm reasoning on judging him by what he did until now. I don't see where the bias is.
And
Anyway.
if you think his video is clever or well thought out, then I'm sorry, you too need to touch grass. I'll end on this. What is better for Warhammer and bringing people into the hobby? Lots of lore videos from lots of different lore creators with different styles that are 98 to 100% lore accurate and are easy to digest, allowing newcomers into the hobby, or a rage-fueled self-proclaimed true lore master, the dude literally calls himself that by the way, with a strong personal agenda and has zero tolerance for any mistakes, no matter how innocent or understandable. Who would you rather hang out with or talk about Warhammer with? Who is going to bring people into the hobby? I'll take this a step further. Astartes was full of lore problems before GW bought it and made it canon. The Retributors didn't exist. Those Psyker guys didn't exist. The alien orb thing didn't exist. It was full of lore problems, yet it was also considered one of the greatest pieces of Warhammer content ever made. It was universally celebrated and brought in hundreds of thousands of people into the hobby, if not millions. Pontius is a sad little man and not what we want
Stop
the
it, please, again. His argument here doesn't make any sense because when the series was made, it was an unofficial product made for fans, and it was made literally to be as generic as possible, so to not touch any major events of 40k. The guy that made it pretty much made up everything. And because it was fan-made content, nobody complained about it. Why would they? It is literally his fan-made work. He's not trying to teach you lore. He's not representing events that have happened. He has literally zero to get wrong. He had complete and utter freedom on what he could do. And I enjoyed it too. Like, even with the stuff that, oh yeah, this doesn't exist, that alien doesn't exist, even if it is heavily inspired by the Umbra, look that up. But, oh yeah, these Psykers were nonsensical. Everything in it didn't exist. It is now canon, because Games Workshop bought it. But when it was made, it was literally a fan-made project. Why would they shit on it? It is not representing anything that has happened in lore.
Yeah, and that is what brought me to 40k, because I was like, what are these amazing guys that look like that and they fight and it's so cool. I'm geeking out. What is that? And then I got into 40k, and the rest is history. So a fan project got me into 40k, and Games Workshop just couldn't do that because I didn't see 40k before Project Astartes. So that's a little fun fact right there.
Yeah.
I would say that it doesn't get 99% of the stuff right, not even close, but okay.
Yeah, Majorkill getting 90% of the stuff right. Maybe you could make that being correct by saying 99% of the stuff wrong. Even his main argument was, oh yeah, but you have not seen my recent videos. The female custodian video was literally a year old. He had to read 2 pages and didn't even fucking bother to do that. Wow, the great lore expert that has read 100 books. Anyway, let's finish this video.
Before finishing the video, I want to answer someone who just commented and by Grumpy Monk, who said, if Pontius didn't keep repeating himself like a broken record, this live stream probably wouldn't be so long. He's responding to a 14-minute video. Now, I want to answer this personally. You have no idea how many times Pontius has said something and people either straight up ignored it or just didn't listen. So and I mean, I know why he does this, because people just ignore him. How many times does someone have to repeat the same thing until people stop telling him, "Oh, well, proof"? It's come on.
I mean, as a
Like,
content creator, I know how that feels because it happens to me all the time. So I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, like generally, many people even under my own videos go like, "Oh yeah, you made this claim, proof?" And I'm like, "Mate, I literally showed proof in the video," and then they just disappear. Like, if people have to ask me for proof when I'm providing proof, then they are not listening. Anyway,
Exactly.
let's finish this video so we can watch the unedited part of Majorkill from my own video, and you will see the part he left cut out because it made him look bad.
All right.
To be. Even if you agree with a lot of his lore opinions, such as no female space marines, which I actually agree with, there shouldn't be female space marines, he's not the person you want to champion or to represent you. I'm only being this brutal because he's a fucking liar, and I have no tolerance for that kind of shit. Hopefully he learns from this, but somehow I doubt it. G'day, guys.
Well, way to be condescending, Majorkill.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, he's not good to be an ambassador for the community. Follow me! I get almost all of my fucking lore wrong, and I shield peptides and porn. I am obviously the perfect ambassador for the community. And I'm a liar. I still have to see a single lie. I still have to see a single fucking lie in this video.
Okay,
This
totally get it. Just, guys, to let you know, I'm loading now your video, Pontius. So just bear with me. You can, guys, talk in the meantime.
Yeah, this feels like a Lord Destroyers episode. I feel dead. He didn't respond to it. He didn't respond. It's always the same stuff. He didn't respond to anything.
If anything, he confirmed we were right.
Yeah, he's a fucking liar. Said after literally
Greeting.
after literally getting proof of what we said.
Yeah, no, I don't shield porn to children. Only 4% of my audience are children. Okay, good.
I had a little bit of hope that he didn't respond. That just preserves it, but he couldn't.
Yeah. He couldn't stop himself from being humiliated even further. Go to 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 10 seconds. It is where the section of Majorkill begins.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
1 hour, 19 minutes, and 10 seconds.
And 10 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, last thing is that it feels like he's getting more angry than for the personal opinion of Pontius than the actual lore allegations.
Yeah, he's getting more angry that I called him out on the stuff that he did and admitted on doing, rather than the fact that his channel has pretty much the accuracy of a fucking Disney Stormtrooper.
Yeah,
Like,
because
Jesus.
honestly, of you thinking that he might have cheated about that, I don't care about that. It's a detail. What I care about is that he's getting the stuff wrong, and he said it like for 2 minutes or 3. Saying that it's not accurate because it's old, and then there is the new stuff. Oh, I guess you got me. But my God,
I guess you got me. Okay, then prove me right even more. Thank you, Majorkill.
I understand what he's trying to say to defend himself.
Okay, guys, just to address the super chats, and then we can play that section. So, from Nasco, who's also from my country, for 5 leva. Nasco, thank you so much. You're getting the Wonder Woman salute. He says, Arch made a video about the aliens in the Astartes animation, and they were canon to begin with. They were called the Uvoth, if I remember right. You guys, you can address this just to read the second one. The 5th, Courier for the $4.99. Thank you once again for the amazing support tonight. He says, which is ironic, as if anything, Pontius is an avatar of the discounted fans of Warhammer who don't want the hobby to die. And
Yeah.
we have another one before we continue. A surprise, and thank you, Amaranth, and for your support tonight. Absolutely amazing for the 10 euro. He says, "How dare Pontius not be respectful to me? The same person who calls these people who call him out as neckbeard, fat sauce, and regularly insults people who disagree with him. What a hypocrite."
And once again, he has proved me wrong literally on 0 of the things I said. If anything, he proved me right on 90% of them. You will see now. Like, go on and watch the unedited clip, so you will see the stuff he cut out.
Okay, if you guys are ready, I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that, I will let my precise thoughts be expressed by Dark Viper AU.
What is wrong with you? Shut the fuck up!
Now we move to Majorkill. My opinion on Majorkill when it comes to the lore has not changed. He's not even a clown, he's the entire fucking circus. Keep in mind, I despise Majorkill personally, not only as a lore YouTuber. The guy has backstabbed Arch Warhammer. Now, your opinion on Arch might be good or bad. It really doesn't matter in this case. Much of the success of Majorkill is owed to Arch Warhammer. Backstabbing the guy that made you famous makes you a very shitty person to begin with. He then did the same to Warhammer, accusing him of copying his content and videos, in a very stupid way because both of them talk about the same exact lore owned by Games Workshop. What should Warhammer talk about to not copy other lore YouTubers? Majorkill got so much backlash because of that he had to delete the video, because even his own community was calling him out. The constant shilling of porn on his Patreon, and even the recent shilling of peptides to his audience of children, doesn't make me like him either.
And you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place.
And obviously the porn shilling. Thank you, Majorkill. Obviously, the porn shilling couldn't be missed. It is. No, I'm not speaking. Don't worry. I will have Pio speak if there is anything. It's a very shitty thing to do when you make videos that are open to be watched by children. We make jokes about it at best.
Did you say to stop it?
Yeah. I would like to make you notice, though, that he has cut out the part about Warhammer, the backstabbing of Warhammer, because I showed a re-upload of his original video, and I think he doesn't want that to be found. But removing that, he has pretty much showed that mine wasn't a bias. I literally showed why I don't like him. And it is stuff he has done. I don't have a bias born from nothing. I literally made my opinion by the stuff he did. Anyway, go on. But we will never dare to sponsor 18+ content on videos watched by children, Majorkill. Humor side, his entire humor is based on being the most stereotypical Australian you can think. It would be like me and Pio basing our entire brand of humor on being Italian Americans. Pio, you missed the ball! We have to make a new video!
Danny, you gabagool! I'm busy taking over Brazil! Forget about the new video!
What?
To put it simply.
That's my reaction when I just watch those things home. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it is based on the fact that we don't like stereotypical humor, which is the only thing Majorkill does. It is all, oh yeah, I'm Australian, oh yeah, I'm vulgar, oh yeah, C-word. It is all that.
Yeah, you have a point, actually. Yeah.
Is not fucking funny. If anything, all the videos we have watched of him for Lore Destroyers, other than being grossly inaccurate on the lore, have in more than one occasion made us uncomfortable, because of too sexual jokes, or even jokes about diseases. So, the guy is a serial backstabber, that has backstabbed 2 of his own friends without remorse. He's not funny. If anything, he's the worst kind of comedian, an unfunny one. But what about his lore? His lore is a fucking joke. We have watched at least a dozen of his videos for Lore Destroyers, and some had from small to giant mistakes in them. Removing that we watched his lore battle against Warhammer hosted by Baldemort. Only critique to Baldemort we made for the video is that the questions were a bit badly structured. And removing the amount of compliments and praises he did to Warhammer, this before the backstabbing, really go and watch it knowing that he will call out Warhammer as copying his content not long after. But I have the suspicion that for the entirety of the video, he was cheating the answers to the lore questions that were being asked. He kept looking every time the camera was on him in the same exact spot, as if he was reading the answers because Baldemort was on speaker. We have no guarantee that Majorkill was alone, so it is my suspicion that in that video he was cheating during a lore contest, a guy that considers himself a lore expert. Do you want to see how much this guy sucks at the lore? Because I have the perfect example, and it is once again a video about the female custodians retcon. The video is called Female Custodians are now 100% canon. What does this mean for Warhammer 40k? It specifically goes over, during the video, the story of the first of the 3 custodians mentioned in the codex, Kalla Starovalia Cash. Now, me and Pio read all the female custodians lore for a Lore Destroyers video. We laughed our asses off for how stupid it was, but still, looking for proof, Lord Destroyers episode 6. The story of Tarovala Catch is literally 2 pages long. Majorkill, in his explanation, gets the ending of it completely fucking wrong. It is bewildering that for a 20 minutes video, a lore YouTuber didn't bother to read the 2 fucking pages of lore.
However, a squad of custodians teleported on board her ship and captured her, ending her blood game. It turns out that one of the crew members was nervous about the female custodian's plan and seemingly betrayal, so alerted the Imperial Palace. In turn, Kesh ordered the man to be turned into a servitor and the entire crew to be punished. She wanted a crew that trusted her completely and committed to her orders without hesitation, no matter what they were.
No, wait. You are showing the lore on screen. Did he just fucking fuck up retelling the lore that is on screen? Let's see.
He had it in front of him.
Yeah, let me hear what he said.
Board her ship and captured her, ending her blood game. It turns out that one of the crew members was nervous about the female custodian's plan and seemingly betrayal, so alerted the Imperial Palace. In turn, Kesh ordered the man to be turned into a servitor and the entire crew to be punished. She wanted a crew that trusted her completely and committed to her orders without hesitation.
That's literally the opposite.
I stopped it. Did I hear you guys?
No, not really. If you want to make observations until now, I'm curious to hear them, because you cannot tell me we haven't made our points very clear in this case. What have we lied about until now?
Yeah, well, nothing. I can't see anything that you lied about.
Yeah. In fact.
Okay, so we can watch the whole thing with Majorkill, basically the whole section, right?
Yeah, go on. Like,
Okay.
it isn't that long. It is just this part and the ending of it. It is like another few minutes, so.
Okay.
That's literally the opposite of the story. He's literally saying the opposite of the story. Like, I can understand it is shitty lore, but it is 2 fucking pages, Majorkill. Like, you have them here. You are showing them. What the fuck? Like.
Yeah, the captain got servitorized, not the one that betrayed.
The captain got servitorized, the entire crew got punished, and then was allowed to go back into service, which punished in this case, like, would have been, like, probably being tortured alive. But the woman that actually denounced there to the custodians and the Imperial Palace was promoted to be the captain. He literally said the opposite, because she wanted a crew that followed her orders, like, blindly. Even at the end, she says that the fact that they were following her orders blindly was what made them get punished. And she actually gave a reward to the one that didn't, just for reference. Fucking Christ. Majorkill, I can understand that you have, like, no kind of fucking commitment to the lore with 700k subscribers. You can say whatever the fuck you want, and people will believe you, because rule of numbers. But for real, you couldn't be bothered to read the 2 fucking pages. We are at that level now. Giulio, do the honors. Show the true lore to the viewers and Majorkill.
Officer of Vox, Siwa Batur, make yourself known, he commanded. Unable to stop her treacherous body from shaking, jaw clenched tight, the officer with the ocular teether rose to her feet and gave an Aquila salute. Officer Batur here believed it appropriate to ignore your request for absolute secrecy. She dispatched a coded distress call amidst her standard data missives, and we detected it. Shipmaster Lethwick choked in outrage. But before he could berate his rebellious officer, the shield captain pointed a finger at the man, menacing him to silence. There are those who will call such disobedience to a custodian heresy, said Cash slowly. And yet in this instance, unthinking capitulation risked infinitely greater evil. Recommendations? Asked Nicodemus. This crew has been found wanting, replied Cash. A sword that turns willingly upon its master offers no protection. But examples can be instructive. We shall hand the shipmaster over to the Adeptus Mechanicus. Let them make a servitor of him, if he wishes to serve so unthinkingly. Excoriation for the crew, Then let them return with punitive status to their battle fleet, that they might spread the word of vigilance. As for Officer Batur, one hopes that she will captain this vessel in the future with the same courage and clarity of faith she has shown this day. This defense of the Golden Throne requires no less.
So, we have an unfunny and generally completely morally bankrupt person trying to be a lore YouTuber, while making minor and major mistakes in every single video of lore he ever made. And trust me, we watch him constantly for lore destroyers. Some of his edits even ended up in the last video we released, which was a best-of the first 4 episodes of lore destroyers. Trying to be a lore YouTuber and expert while not even bothering to read the 2 pages of shitty lore that even we, that can't stand it, took the time to read just to be sure to be precise when we demolished it. Why the fuck are people even following this guy? Okay, this is the end of the This clip. One is like, have we lied about anything until now? Have we showed the proof of everything we have said? Like, I'm very curious. If we have lied about anything, tell me. I want to know.
I have absolutely nothing to say about that. I mean, I didn't see that you lied about anything. I mean, sometimes there's obvious misconceptions about how we perceive things, which is why we argue about stuff with other creators sometimes. But it's really hard to determine anything of the sort this time. It seems pretty straightforward, especially when you factor in that the way that Majorkill expresses himself with the vulgar, I cannot say that, with the vulgar language, and he calls people names and all of that. That is inherently wrong and shouldn't be anybody's ways of expressing themselves towards another human being. So if he's resorting to that, I cannot give him the respect for that in particular. And you just try to point out what is wrong with his ways of creating the content, delivering the lore, and all those things that seem valid and have been noticed by many people throughout the years, and by me as well since I started Warhammer 40k, because it is so confusing when you first starting. And when I saw his channel, I was like, what is true now? Because there's so many jokes I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I can say that what you observed, it's fair.
Yeah, like, I have not lied about anything. I didn't come into this with a bias born from nothing. I came into this knowing what Majorkill was like. In fact, I knew he will respond to the video. I knew he will get angry about it because it hurt him in his ego. Not that I give less of a fuck about it, but generally, I knew he would respond like this. But, like, generally, accusing me of being a scumbag and a liar, mate, everything I said, like, I don't know if he will watch this or somebody will report it to him. I don't care. Everything I said was backed up by proof coming from his own videos, and that I showed all the time from beginning to end. Technically dismantled his own argument about, oh yeah, all those videos are extremely old, they were inaccurate. Okay, the female custodian video was 2024. Why the fuck is that still inaccurate? To the point that you changed the entire meaning of the story. The story sucks. The character sucks. But why did you say the lore wrong if you are trying to be better? Was it not better to ask for the page or wait for it before making a video on it? Or you just wanted the views? Like, I can get more respect for somebody if they just admit, yeah, I fucked up, I wanted the views, than just going, oh no, yeah, this video is very old. Yeah, this wasn't very much that old, was it?
Yeah, it's not that old.
Yeah, it is 1 year old. Like, okay, have we lied about anything? No, he has not proved that we lied about anything. If anything, he has shown to us that we were right on different things, like the fact that he's shilling porn content and even shielded the peptides before, obviously, apologizing for it after the backlash to an audience that had minors present and didn't care beginning to end. He backstabbed the people. He admitted to it. Once again, he backtracked that after the backlash against him, not for Arch, but he did for Warhammer, because he didn't get any backlash for Arch. Okay, so he does shield stuff that shouldn't be shielded to children. He backstabs the people. He gets the lore constantly wrong. He's unfunny because his entire humor is based on being Australian. He becomes stale after the 3rd video. But that is a bit subjective, but he's still unfunny. And while I called him morally bankrupt, he spends the entire video insulting me personally. I never went after him personally. I didn't have any reason to. So yeah, what have I lied about?
Well, I don't think you're lying about anything, but let's just add to to the list the video that he did about the female custodies after that first video, where he basically said that the female custodies are totally fine or something of the sort. I'm not sure if I covered that or I thought that I want to cover it, but it was something along the lines that, oh, they're pretty okay and I don't care. Like, who cares? It doesn't change anything or something of the sort. I don't want to, quote anything because I can't. I'm trying to paraphrase and remember what it was, but I remember how I felt by it. I didn't feel that was okay at all, and I was pretty like, what did you say, Majorkill? You are excusing female custodies? Because the gist of it was that he was excusing female custodies, and I'm like, there's no way in the world you can excuse this. And then of course I had many explanations about why you can, but did I reply to that? I don't know, but the point is he did try to excuse female custodies, so we can add that to the list.
Yeah. We haven't watched that part of his repertoire for now, but we will soon. Please, Pio Crashen is trying to rejoin. If you make him rejoin, so he can give his own opinion on it.
Okay.
Okay, Pio, it is time to give your opinion on the video and the opinions of Majorkill.
Welcome back.
But
Which PO is this one?
53.
50.
Into-
Okay.
into- yeah, but the problem is that he didn't respond. He literally tried to minimize everything and just calling you names to try and I don't know even how to define it. He didn't say anything. He even confirmed some of our stuff against him with proof that we didn't even had. So thank you, Majorkill. But yeah,
Like, you could have literally done nothing. It was an option. Instead, you confirmed what we said. Jesus. Okay, Giulio, you go now. I'm
Okay.
curious of your opinion on it.
My bad. I was looking at the comments because I think a moderator has started sharing my YouTube channel, and now I feel called out that I'm not making any more videos. So could you please backtrack and ask me the question again?
What do you think of the
Sorry.
video we watched on Majorkill? That pretty much covered none of the points we made, and if anything, confirmed the stuff that we said.
Outside of that, he clearly cut out some stuff, and the fact that he's trying to hide something by cutting out sections of the original video also shows that he's not, he's hiding something. Of course, name calling, cutting stuff that is important. I mean, he's digging his own grave. I disliked the video. I did the first time I watched it. I really wanted to. It's sad, really. I'm watching a grown man with 700,000 subscribers, who watch his videos in a somewhat constant manner, name calling someone who called him out for the things he actually did, and I just find it sad, really. It's sad. I feel sadness that an adult man feels like the need of trying to bury you using words and sentences that you didn't even use. Like, there are stills in the video where he even puts text about cancel culture, Nazi calling, all this sort of stuff. And it's just, it's not that we hate him as a person. We just want to see Warhammer being respected, and we want people who bear the standard of Warhammer 40,000 to behave like adults. This is a hobby for adults. This is not a hobby for children. There is death. There is depression. There is killing. There is only war. And we should all be mature about this. And he has shown his colors again. And he clearly has shown that he has not matured since the videos he put out 4 years ago.
Some fair points there. Yeah, very important. Actually, he did put the word woke also, because obviously today we're not allowed to call it like it is. We cannot use that word because some people are too distinguished and the stick up their butts is too deep, so they cannot accept that something could be called woke. Where, well, if you accept the modern bullcrap that is poisoning all of the entertainment and the world at large, what else can you call it? Well, you can call it left politics, but just one word is a bit more fast and convenient. But again, there's such a culture where that word is totally frowned upon. It like it doesn't exist, and that is kind of ridiculous.
Generally, I think Majorkill lore YouTuber, not really. Lore expert, don't make me fucking laugh. I think he's mainly a character of a poser because he is covering something that he doesn't bother to research, covering it in the worst way possible, leaving out context, situations, characters, important pieces of lore, making up stuff just so he can make his own viewers laugh. But the main problem is when you are being a lore YouTuber, even if you don't consider yourself an expert, you are still taking on the mantle of expert. You become a teacher. If almost everything you say can be dismantled using the lore, which is a thing we did more times than I can count by this point, because he has been in so many Lore Destroyers episodes that I've lost count. Does that really reflect well on your persona in general? Like removing the shilling of his hentai stuff and peptides, removing the backstabbing two people by this point, which one it was more a bandwagon. Well, like he's accusing me of doing. Yeah, he's just jealous. He wants attention. He's accusing me of doing what he did when he backstabbed Arch. So keep that in mind. I didn't do it for that. I'm genuinely pissed off with the community at this point. It is why that video exists, because let's say the viewers and generally the people that want to learn about 40k deserve more respect by the side of the creators, because they are getting none by this point. They're saying bullshit, they're getting stuff wrong, they're making up stuff. You don't learn anything from all the people we mentioned. And there might be more that we didn't even mention, but we had time only for 8 because we knew the video would be long. Like generally, the problem is I don't think that you can market yourself as somebody that explains the lore, that does all of those lore contests, that does all of the stuff that he did, and then when you are called out for it, just say, "Oh my god, this guy's a loser." He didn't address any of the points we made. He didn't disband anything we said. If anything, he gave us proof that we are right. And his viewers are going to eat it up because he's a big YouTuber and we are a small one. They have already started to come under the latest video to insult it. They are not even bothering to watch it because why would they? They are just followers of Majorkill. So why would they watch a video that is longer than 10 minutes? Like generally, Majorkill is a poser. On the others, at least, I hope that they try to take on my criticism and understand why it is there. They try to say something that is constructive and tries to at least, I will not say atone, but at least dismantle what I said. But Majorkill literally spent the entire video either insulting me, when I never insulted him, I used literally all stuff with proof that I showed of him, or saying that it was not that important, or saying that I'm a sad little man. His ego was so hurt that instead of even just trying to prove me wrong, he just spent time insulting me. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I also like to add some things before we finished. And then, of course, I'm going to give you again the opportunity to say something for an end. So, I want to address a very important super chat from Dear Freak Ball for the 5. He says, I still think your trailer is cringe. But you're not a bad person or YouTuber, it seems. I wish you luck and thank you for hosting neutrally. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm giving you the Wonder Woman salute. So I gotta explain a bit. My particular audience comes from the gaming channel, which is doing very well. And those people just get me. I mean, obviously, we are all different YouTubers, so we have different audience, and some people just get me. So this trailer for that audience is amazing. They love it. And I love to create different things, even if it's AI, because I can use it as a tool. I understand, acknowledge that AI can do things that I cannot do in live action. So I can use that to make something that I want to see. And this to me is still creation. I put a lot of money and thought behind it, so you can not like it, but for me it works. And I'm very, very particular type of person, a geek girl that loves obviously Warhammer and warrior things. So that's for me is important. Now, as a creator, and Pontius can also confirm this, we cannot please everyone. We just can't. But I think that what's most important for us to do is to be ourselves. So when I interact with other creators, if they're themselves, they're the people that they are on camera or behind the camera, I appreciate that. That's precious. And that way I know that I work with great people. I think that Pontius is one of them. And I know that they're going to allow me to talk. Not gonna say you're a girl, you can't talk. Uh, I once went to, I mean, that was like a few days ago. I just raided Chapter Master Varwak. It was very funny. He was like, who that? Who that? The 40 campers? Who? Anyway, and he said, what? No girls allowed. It's no girls allowed something. And I was like, of course, that's a joke. It was funny. But the point is that you, at least a little bit, because I'm also a viewer, but at least a little bit, guys, try to be in the content creator shoes for a bit and understand how those things, what we are and how we try to present ourselves, how that is from our point of view, because it's very important. And to brush off someone because you don't like something, some whatever it is, it's just not objective. It's not fair. When I first saw Pontius, I didn't get it. I didn't get him and the jokes at the beginning of the video and all of that. And I was like, what is this? There's a cartoon, it doesn't move. We all have this very ridiculously baseline perception of things when we see something, but then when you not have a attention span of 2 seconds, like Pontius is saying here, paraphrasing, we're not like kids. We try to keep watching that, give it a chance, they understand the creator and all those things. So I really hope that for the audience that doesn't know yet Pontius or me, you're going to be able to, check the content, understand maybe how we are. And Pontius is the same here as he is in his videos, which is amazing. So to be genuine is most amazing. We will always have our styles. And that's the bottom line because, well, the Empress said so. And now Neon Earth is one of my own. Thank you, Neon Earth, for the one. Thank you so. So guys, do you have some finishing words to say?
You guys go first.
I'll start, I guess, since I believe Pio is much more important than any of us. He's a god made flesh.
That's I fucking suck. But go.
Pio is an eldritch being. We cannot understand his presence. No, I'm really glad that I got the chance to be here, despite coming in late. I am glad that I see many like-minded people in the comments. I also am happy that we got to have Majorkill fans in the comments in the chat. If you've seen them, it's interesting because they at least are giving a shot at this, coming to check us out. Whether their minds are changed, it doesn't really matter. It's a step. It's a step that people can take to get out of the bubble that these YouTubers have made for themselves. And it's a way to discover something more. It's a way to understand the other side of the hobby, the other side of the stories. And it makes me really happy to see all these people coming together today to talk about this. It makes me happy. Also, Empress, thank you for welcoming me to this live stream. It's my first live stream outside of Denny's basement with Pio.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's a cathartic experience to have Majorkill making a video about us. So it's really nice. Thank you. Pio, you can have the stage.
You're so welcome.
I don't have, unfortunately, that much to say. I the response of Majorkill, I didn't like that. It was wasn't even a response. It was just almost insults. But okay. But I really hope that people generally will look on both sides, because we are not infallible. Cioè, we can make mistakes. We are not gods or something like that. So we can make mistakes, and I will always say that if someone needs to say something we got wrong, please say that. This is that is the main point of why we have every source under every video. So, oh my god, the cat just destroyed a chair. But anyways, yeah, just that. I want just yeah, always look at both sides.
Yeah, generally, I think that Majorkill literally just fumbled the ball into making this response because, once again, he didn't disprove anything of what he said, and if anything, he proves us right on stuff that we said. And for the entire video, he didn't have a single good point to be spoken of. All the video was him insulting me, him saying that I'm a sad little man all the time, just belittling the problem that I brought for him. Like, there is a reason that video exists, because these people are so entrenched in their way of being wrong that they will simply not listen to anybody else. Like, once again, I'm happy of being here to disprove everything he said in the video, even if you just needed to watch my clip from the video to know that he was full of shit. But the way he went to it, if anything, it just shows that the video hurt his ego. He doesn't want to prove me wrong. He just wants to insult me. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I just thought that because people always that have kind of like a cult following, because creators that are so big, they will have that. So those people are gonna always defend them no matter what the creator does, right? So he didn't actually have to do this video to come after you guys, because the people that love him will still love him. The people that criticize him, like you guys or like me, that I see certain things that, you know, like you do, we already know that what you said in the video is warranted. So it's kind of useless to be like, oh, I'm gonna now defend my name. I mean, your audience knows. So what's the point? And the other ones are going to defend you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're not doing anything, pretty much. What Majorkill did is to create a lot of insults for you guys, and that's it. He didn't actually achieve anything about his reputation. It kind of became worse, so that was kind of needless, the response, I mean.
Yeah, and as it is said in the chat, it will be interesting to have a chat with Majorkill. Yeah, I sure would, but I'm not going to have it in private. If he has any kind of stuff he wants to say to me, if he wants to prove me wrong, if he wants to confront me, I'm going to do that live. I'm not going to do it in private. If he really felt like my critiques of him were so wrong that he needed to make a video about it, he can prove me wrong in a live stream where everything can be said. There is a neutral host, a neutral position. Nobody gets banned, nobody gets silenced, and every point can be discussed beginning to end. If he wants to do that, I'm all for it. Whenever he wants, whatever he wants, I will even bring Pio if he wants to meet Pio, because Pio is the funny one. But like, generally, if he wants to do that, I'm open to it. I was never close to it. I didn't make like a video and then just hide. I know that I am right. If he can prove me wrong, he can do it live.
Yeah, that's the best fair way to do it. If you need somebody to moderate, I'm open to it. But guys, I personally don't hate Majorkill by any point. It's just that when I see something that I do think is disingenuous, I'm just gonna say I think this is disingenuous because this or that reason. I'm gonna prove my point. And that happened with other creators that I had to call out. that disappoint me through the years. I'm like, well, how about the delivery of the news that Warhammer shows are not happening? And some people deliver that as absolute fact instead of phrasing it as their own speculation. Some of very big YouTubers, I'm not gonna say who, they just said, that's totally gonna fail. I'm telling you, I guarantee you. Just using words like I guarantee you and whatever else that has to do with this is absolutely happening and it's not my opinion. No, no, no. This is reality. I have a problem with that because it was about news. Nobody knew what's gonna happen. Then it turns out that behind the scenes things looked way better and not as negative. Then we got a confirmation that those things will happen, that the shows will happen. Henry Cavill said, yeah. You know what happened there? The point is that some people were so disingenuous about that was pretty much disgusting because especially when you're a content creator, you can see right through that. You see the title that is absolutely outrageous and you just understand the way that the video is delivered. Everything is about the views, is not about being objective in any kind of a way. It's one thing to say in the title, this may fail, because yes, this may fail, but it's totally different to say this, I guarantee you, I mark my words, and the emperor's gonna be gay and it's gonna turn into a black woman in the future and this is totally gonna happen. I totally not agree with that. That's bullshit to me. So this is just another example. I still will not hate these people, but I'm going to call them out and it's gonna be completely fair. And welcome, Thomas, to the Golden Astartes, to the Adeptus Astartes member of the channel. Thank you so much. Just before we end it, thank you. Anything, guys?
No, I'm fine. It was fun to be here, and I think after this I will go have dinner because it is past dinner time.
Yep, it's live. It was fun.
Okay, guys. So
Time to go to sleep.
we're actually going to have another one on Saturday, and it's gonna be about this whole video. It's so long, guys. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but we're gonna figure it out. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to Pontius, to the lovely narrator Julius, and to Pio. Thank you, guys, and hopefully I just ask everyone to have to have a very, very good process of first thoughts and then emotions. Try that, guys, in general, because these days basically a lot of people are just emotion and then we're gonna think about it later. No, first think about it, and then if you have an emotion out of that, sorry, I'm very, very tired by this point and very passionate about this. So have a thought, and then after that, if you have an emotion, at least it's going to be supplemented by the thoughts previously. That is just called being wise and not an immature child. That is in general. I'm not gross-plaining anyone, because that is a thing apparently, but I'm just saying, guys, it's good for content creators to be like that. Emotion second, thought first, and it's good for everybody that watch to be like that, because we all need some common sense and less emotional bursts these days. And that is it, guys. So bye to Pontius, bye to the lovely narrator Julius, and to Pio. Love you guys, and till next time.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye. Thank you for having
Bye.
us.
Bye, and love you, Metaphoric Empress. Bye.
The 40k Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, Plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. Through storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might, their purpose burning crystal bright, to lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light. The 40K Empress leads the way, as warriors of the Imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. Through storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes. With faith and fire we'll prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium crystal bright, to lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.